Let's unmute myself. That would be fun. Hi, everyone. How's it going? Happy Friday. Happy day two to Star Wars celebration. We're drinking to that. Let's see. Let's see. Hi, Collector Zilla. I always mess up your name. In the house. What's up, Nilda? Everyone in the chat. Sorry I couldn't make it to this past Monday as I had work due, which prevented me from joining, but I'm here now. Hello there. I thought Skynet muted you. I know, I thought Skynet muted me too. Hi, Star Wars Hunter. Hi, Vicente. How are you? So, normally I do not do any live streams whatsoever during Star Wars Celebration. I just want to be like in the midst of it and enjoy it. But because of the fact that I should have been at Japan, I'm having such serious FOMO right now. So I had to just like live stream it. And plus, like I know a whole bunch of you guys have been following me on Instagram, and I've just been like posting like a psychopath. So I do apologize for anybody who has experienced my sheer utter amount of posting. But as you guys all saw yesterday, we had like multiple announcements, which were insane. I couldn't wrap my head around it due to the fact that I went to the movies yesterday to go see Sinners. So it's off topic, not a Star Wars thing. But I went to the movies. I saw the movie Sinners. If you guys are into horror movies and anything else crazy, like definitely go check it out. Ryan Coogler is probably the best director right now of 2025. He gave us Black Panther, Creed. So the guy is a genius. It was beautifully written, and like I literally kept turning around and looking at Craig and going like, this movie is insane. Like I want to go see it again. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm answering a quick text message. Oh my God. I love my friends. So one of my really good friends, Chris, goes by the name Nerd Squadron. We're always like trading and getting stuff for each other. And like recently I had gone, like I picked up a C3PO helmet and like some signatures for him. And he's at Star Wars Celebration right now. And he knew how badly like I wanted to go and couldn't go. And he just texted me. You guys can't see it because of the glare, but he just picked up for me 2 Star Wars t-shirts. I'm pretty sure he got me the X-Wing one, and then one of their badges has Ahsoka on it. So he picked that up. He just sent me a message going, "Friend, have some, but I forgot you wanted it in Japanese. I'm gonna go get it changed." But yeah, that's pretty awesome. But yeah, went to the movies yesterday, and literally as soon as I got out the movies, my phone went from having 63% battery to, by the time we got coffee and got home, it was already at like 30% battery. People were just like continuously blowing up my phone, sending me stuff. And I'm like screaming in the car, like, let me just fucking get home already. Oh, Vicente says, thanks again for the heads up and link for the Visions Ronin 2-pack. Yeah, guys, like I've said this before, I'm a firm believer of not gatekeeping. I will not gatekeep at all. If I get information from friends of mine, I will try to share. Big high five to one of my buddies from Rebel Scum. He sent me the link, and I was like, let me just pass it on this to friends because I knew so many of you want it. And the one thing that cracks me up about that 2-pack is the fact that they made it such a big deal that it was a Star Wars exclusive. People were selling it and scalping it for $100. And next thing you know, Star Wars goes, you know what? We're just going to give it to Amazon. And not only is Amazon going to sell it for $69.99, they're also going to do next day delivery. So I ended up buying my stuff with shipping and everything. It came out to $74. And once that happened, like I got the notice really quick and it says that it's going to be here tomorrow by like 9, 10 o'clock. So as soon as it comes, like as soon as it arrives to my house, I'm literally going to unbox it like right there, film it and everything. So Vicente, it's on my list to go watch Sinners. Yes, it's a must. I hope to give Sinners a watch when I have a chance. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. Since we're off topic, I'm more excited about Primitive War than Jurassic World Rebirth, as Primitive War is a dinosaur horror film set in the Vietnam era, and I can't wait to see it when it comes. Never heard of it, but I'm gonna Google it. Also, if you guys go and see Sinners, I highly recommend. Hopefully, it's in the same theater as you. They released the trailer for Jordan Peele's new movie called Him, and I think because I like horror movies that like make you think a lot. So I ideally love Jordan Peele. I think he has an extraordinary vision. And this film, just based off of what we saw in the trailer, it literally looks like something that is gonna have you thinking, and it's gonna have the mind just like swirling around. So I'm just looking at some of the notifications. Oh, as so we'll wrap up real quick because we have 7 minutes before it starts. So recap, as you guys can see, I'm wearing my Darth Maul and Darth Talon t-shirt. We did get announcements yesterday. So we got announcements of Sigourney Weaver being part of the Mandalorian and Grogu film, which ideally I love that. I think it's great. If you're going to have somebody who plays a space queen all the time, why not have Ripley, the most badass horror chick ever? Hi, Rebel Scum. Konnichiwa. Yes. Which sucks. Since he's saying that, I actually was learning for about 6 months on Duolingo how to speak certain, like use certain dialects and phrases in Japanese. And it just sucks that I didn't get to use any of that. Chris is funny. He's like, I try to get you the Japanese t-shirts. I'm like, dude, you're good. You don't have to get me anymore. But yeah. So yeah, we got Sigourney Weaver announced. We've got um the announcement for Starfighter, which I'm all for it. I would like to see more stories based off of after the Rise of Skywalker, which apparently this is a film that's going to be taking over after the episode 9. So this is going to be considered as episode 10. So that's going to be quite interesting. And the funny thing was last night's stream, I was crashing. I was falling asleep really hard. I had my iPad in my hand. And Craig just kept like nudging me to wake up. And started watching, like literally, I heard Sam Witwer's voice and I just jumped up and was like, holy crap. And I was like, I'll see this in the morning. I just saw it right now, so I'll see it in the morning. I'm gonna go to sleep. The fact that we're getting a Darth Maul show is probably the craziest thing ever, but it's also not the craziest thing ever. Fans have been wanting this for a very long time. And as much as people are always bashing Star Wars, Lucasfilm, Disney, I appreciate the words that Ahmad Best said yesterday in his live stream, which was, Star Wars is listening, Lucasfilm is listening. And they do hear what we're saying, they see the complaints. Even Dave Filoni in the panel said it as well. Like they listen to what we're saying, they hear everything, but they just want to like make a community. And I think it's just it's mind-boggling to me that people are always complaining that they don't get certain characters that they want to see. And the moment that we get Darth Talon announced to be part of the new Maul show, people now are complaining about how she looks. She's not ready enough. She looks pink. Fans are going to be complaining if she's not wearing her silver armor. And it's just like, come on, guys, have we not learned from our mistakes? Have we not thought like we're going to start maybe watching shows first and having opinions before we can sit there and bash it? Star Wars animation has been giving us some good stuff for over 20 years. and I don't think they're gonna fail us. We've had Star Wars, Clone Wars, we've had, Rebels, we've had Bad Batch, we've had Tales of the Jedi, even like the little, it's not the Jedi Academy, but it's like the one that has nubs on it. That show is good too for little kids. So it's just mind boggling to me that we're finally getting stuff that we want. And yet we keep complaining as Star Wars fans. We need to just watch, absorb, and then make decisions. B synthesis. People will never be happy. It's a good time to be a Star Wars fan. I know, dude. Like the stuff that we're gonna be getting in 2026 is gonna be insane. We're getting Maul. We're getting movies. We're getting Ahsoka 2, which I'm so sad I'm not gonna be at that panel tonight. But hopefully, one of my friends can be able to stream it or maybe send me videos of it. But it is what it is. So yeah, let me change my screen now and put the background as the Star Wars celebration. We're going to be live streaming for quite some time. I do have the set list right now, so I know a whole bunch of people right now are lining up and they are at the Andor panel, which, guys, Andor is going to be phenomenal. Tony Gilroy is just an amazing director. He comes, like, even his dad was a great writer. So it's just in his nature to write stuff. Amazing. Rolando says, I'm excited for mall animation. Yes, I think we all were once we heard that. So yeah, I'm pulling up right now the Star Wars. It's like the Star Wars panel. All right. So I have the rundown. So day 2, they're gonna have the Andor panel, which actually starts at 10 in the morning, 10 a.m., but it's actually opposite. They're 13 hours ahead of us. So it'll be the Andor panel, Ahsoka panel. I wanted to go to this one too, which is Doug Chang's masterclass of working in the Star Wars art department. He love his stuff. If you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend picking up a couple books off of Amazon just so you could be able to see his stuff. They are going to have a conversation with Oscar Isaac, but because he canceled, I wonder if this is going to be live stream. They're going to be screening The Siege of Mandalore. And that's it. So we're 1 minute away. So let me start screen sharing this so we can all watch it together. Share screen. So far, there's 3,938 people waiting to be able to watch this. It's insane. Guys, I know we need Oscar, Diego, and Pedro. It's so sad. I had my buddy Chris, the same person who's getting me the shirts right now. He, what is it called? Was actually going to get me a signed plaque by Oscar Isaac, and then literally he canceled. But I was so glad that they were fast enough to refund me my money, and it's whatever. I have a plaque now. So hopefully in the near future, maybe SWAU makes an announcement. But I have deep in my heart, I have a feeling that the reason why he canceled is because he's out filming for Moon Knight 2. And if that is the reason, I am definitely not upset at all. So you can see the chat is getting very antsy and they want this to start already. I have people asking me if I'm having major FOMO. No shit. No shit. I'm completely having major FOMO, but it's whatever. Wasn't in the cards. But I am hoping that a girl can only hope. But I am hoping that they will announce tomorrow that the next Star Wars celebration is going to be in Orlando. And if that happens, I'm going to be just super ecstatic. I went to the one in Orlando. I live 2 hours away from Orlando. And if that happens, it's just such a convenience for me. And I technically would not have to stay at a hotel while I'm up there. My uncle lives literally less than 20 minutes away from most areas that could possibly be where where they would host a Star Wars celebration. So I would technically probably just stay at my uncle's house. All right, guys. It's starting. I knew it was gonna start because I got the notification on my phone. So, ooh. Oh, I got excited. I thought I was starting. No, we have some audio. So, anybody who's in the chat, do you guys have like any predictions? Do you guys feel like we're gonna get some more crazy announcements for day 2? Do you think we might have some special guests? Also, did any of you pick up your tickets for the Sith? Let me know in the chat. We're gonna have a lot to talk about once this thing starts. Hi, Siren Rivas. How are you? Thank you for coming on. I will say this, that one of my friends did tell me that the convention center that they're at is a little smaller than most celebrations. So, and I've seen the lines for like people having to wait for stuff. So like my friend Chris, the one who went to go pick up the shirts for me, he told me this was like the information he told me. He said, where is it? Oh, he sent it to me on Instagram. He said that he was in line and thank God that he got the lightning pass to go in because he was able to go in really fast, but the wait time for general public to be able to get any of the merch was 5 hours. So I love a good old merch, but I will not sit there and wait 5 hours for a t-shirt. Especially that I feel like they're gonna probably re-release and sell some of this stuff on Amazon on May the 4th.
Here we go again.
And here we go, guys.
Good feeling about this.
We're gonna get started.
General, count me in. This is
Yes, we spent 5 hours
to
for
celebrate Star Wars
t-shirts.
fans. Star Wars Celebration 2025 is here, and we're ready to party.
Rolando, 3.75 for the win. Releases
After
the band
17
with
years,
the Tusken
Star
Raider.
Wars Celebration
Yes.
has returned to Japan.
If only it
But Star
wasn't too
Wars' connection to
expensive, not
Japanese
because
culture
of tariffs,
didn't start
Rolando,
at
but mainly
Celebration.
because
It
Hasbro
all
wants
began
our
with
money,
George Lucas
so they
finding
overprice,
inspiration
and I
for
say
the
hell no,
characters,
and
look,
just
and feel of A New Hope in samurai films. Releasing the mighty Zillo Beast similar to classic monster films like Godzilla in The Clone Wars and The Bad Batch. Our favorite father and son duo of The Mandalorian was influenced by manga and films. And Lucasfilm joined forces with some of the biggest anime studios across Japan with Star Wars Visions. But we're not just
Cherry
here celebrating
Blossom
Star Wars.
Stormtrooper,
We're here to
beautiful.
celebrate you.
I knew that
the
thing was going to
fans.
sell out.
Your
It's just,
passion,
it's
creativity,
gorgeous.
and
It's
devotion
a one of a
is what
kind
makes
piece.
Star Wars fans the best in the galaxy.
I love how much you put into it. It means so much to me. Making me emotional.
Because no matter how you choose to love Star Wars,
Oh,
this
also,
fandom
I'm one
is
of those
for
Star Wars
everyone.
fans
And this
that like
weekend, we'll be bringing the
accuracy,
latest and
and
greatest
I
from a
get it.
galaxy
They
far,
they
far
wanted to
away to
celebrate in
everyone here
advance
at
with
the Maharari
Hayden,
Messe
wishing
Convention
him a
Center,
happy
and to
birthday.
you watching at
But
home all
technically,
over the
his
world.
birthday is actually tomorrow. So
Panels,
if any of you have
special
ever met the
guests,
Dark Lord himself, tag him,
exclusive
wish him a happy
reveals,
birthday.
and
I
much more
at least had the
right here
luxury of
just
meeting
for
him
you.
This is where the fun
twice.
begins.
So
皆さん、
I'm
準備はい
super
いですか
excited
スター・ウ
about
ォーズ
wishing
セレ
him
ブ
a
レーショ
happy
ンライブ
birthday.
2025いよいよスタートです。
Oh boy, guys. I wonder who's gonna be the first celeb that comes out. I can't wait to meet him at Fan Expo. I know you cannot wait to meet him at Fan Expo, Rolando. 100%. You're gonna enjoy him. He's so nice.
Hello and welcome to day 2 of Star Wars Celebration Japan Live. I'm Raina Scully.
And I'm Kristen Baber. Is everyone ready for day 2?
Come on, let's make some more noise. Come on, Japan.
I just want to be there.
Oki and Cookie, are you two ready to create some more amazing vegetable art today?
Okay, I'm kind of thinking about. I'm going to carve this one, and I'd like to ask you to.
I love that they made Hayden a Darth Maul. I mean, a Darth Vader
Right? Okay.
cake last night.
And which ingredients should I pick?
どっちがいい？
さつまいもか人参。
さつまいもです。Sweet potato.
Oh, this one. All right.
Hi.
Thank you, buddy. Okay,
すごい。
I'm ready now. Okay.
Love a good
We're ready.
bilingual
All
cookie.
right. Good teamwork. Love to hear it. All right. Hey, where's our friend Cam in the crowd? Who do you have down there, Cam?
Oh, yes! We are out here and ready for more Star Wars.
If you see my friend Jesus again on TV, I'm literally going to lose it.
Here in Japan with the best fans from around the world joining you at home on StarWars.com. Is everyone ready for day 2? If you were watching us yesterday, you saw the love on this floor. And man, have we brought even more to celebrate with us today. Yeah, they are decked out. I'm not kidding you. Look at this. This is amazing. Hi, what is your name?
I'm Bananakin.
Bananakin. Bananakin. And you are?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh my gosh. This is amazing. I love this. Is a new Star Wars series right here. Where are you two joining us from?
I'm from Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong's in the house. Now, you were telling me ahead of time, this is your first Star Wars celebration, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh. What does it mean for you to have watched it on television before, but to now be here in person? What are you feeling right now?
Since a kid, being here and seeing everything, so excited.
So exciting as well. Yeah,
I love how
this
these
is
people
beyond
just
just a
get
fandom. This is a family.
so
and we are
creative
feeling
on
that
some of
love
their
right here on the
cosplays.
floor. Look at the smiles. I know you're smiling right here. You're smiling so much we're keeping it undercover.
Exactly.
I love it. What's your name?
Kenyuan,
Kenyuan, where are you from?
North California.
Northern California. I love it. I love it. Concealing his identity for his safety. I love that. And look at the wonderful cosplay we got going on over here. Hi, what's your name?
Christina.
Christina, where are you joining us from?
Bay Area, California.
Bay Area.
Yeah.
First time to celebration?
It is my first time. I'm so excited.
I love that you're excited. And our buddy over here, he's taking all the pictures. I love it. What's your name, friend?
My name is Robert.
Robert, you're live around the world. What does this moment mean to you right now?
It means a lot since I've seen the very first Star Wars when it first came out.
You saw the very
Hey, flex,
Star Wars
flex,
when it came
dude.
out?
13.
Get out. That's awesome. And now you're here after the franchise has grown so big. What are you looking forward to this weekend?
I'm looking forward to something new, something that's going toward the future, something that expands
If
the
any
stories.
of you guys
Don't always
love
going backwards, but
weathering
let's go forward.
Let's go
tutorials,
forward.
please
You know
don't
what?
bombard my
You couldn't have said
brother
it any
from
better.
another
Because
mother.
why wait
Flex.
anymore? We're going to go forward
He
and
does
bring so much
amazing
action to you
weathering.
here live this Saturday at Star Wars
check it out,
Celebration.
guys.
Ladies, back to you.
Thank you so much, Cam. Kristen, yesterday was amazing. It was insane. To start the show singing happy birthday to Hayden Christensen, the chosen one?
Who could have predicted that?
No one.
Who could have
Not
predicted
one
that?
person.
Not one person. I can't believe my first interview of Star Wars Celebration Japan Live this year, Ryan Gosling. Very casual.
So crazy. Getting to sit down with Godzilla Minus One's director, Takashi Yamanaki.
Can we discuss how like they had the
Young me is
director of
proud.
Godzilla Minus One on
I'm
there
proud of
and
you
they
too.
had no fucking subtitles?
Listen, I know you all might even know who Raina's favorite interview was. Interview, yeah. You know what? Favorite moment of yesterday? Maybe
Meeting
Nubs.
Nubs.
Yeah, it was pretty good. We had a dance party.
My favorite Pooba.
He's just adorable.
We danced real good.
How, Raina? How are we going to top yesterday's activities?
I know we're going to.
You know what?
You're
We
just
are.
going to have to watch.
We are, yes. And you all are just going to have to wait and see. But same as yesterday, keep your eyes on all the Star Wars social channels for updates and breakout moments.
Love being on TikTok? Check out the Star Wars TikTok for live interviews.
Who doesn't love being on TikTok, really?
Love me a good TikTok.
And I'm not biased. Find amazing
Yes,
articles and
because
interviews
Godzilla
on
Minus One was
StarWars.com, the website that
phenomenal.
you may know.
But why?
Want to see your name on the big screen? Do you? Yeah. See your tweets below in this little ticker.
Tweet it out.
Me.
Hey.
You can't start the day without your favorite co-host.
So real quick, while these women are talking, so my friend Gabe from Star Wars Replicas just posted on his story a picture of the Andor panel.
It was Gil. That's who
And
we're
it's
missing, right?
literally
Yes, but we're
Cassian.
just getting started, Gil. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Is anyone here fans
Cassian
of
with
Rogue
K2SO.
One and Andor?
Yes.
And one more time. And Andor? Who else is excited for Andor Season 2?
Yeah! All right, let's join Tony Gilroy and Diego Luna as they talk all things Cassian Andor.
Oh, we get to see the fucking panel.
With season 1, I wasn't sure what was possible, And then when audiences reacted positively and people started talking about the show, I was like, this is special, One very important piece of the equation is that we're talking Star Wars and people care.
The reaction to it was just nothing I'd really anticipated.
Let's take them by surprise. Watching it, it kind of blew my mind. And then the fact that people loved it and could see it for what it is. It's human, it's incredibly truthful, and it just happens to be in a galaxy far, far away.
I'm sorry,
What is my
guys.
sacrifice?
I say this still to this day. The greatest speech of all time came from
Condemned to use the
Andor.
tools of my enemy to defeat them. I burn my decency for someone else's future. I burn my life to make a sunrise that I know I'll never see. What do I sacrifice? Everything.
進行役の DJ 太郎さんとサッシャさんをお迎えしましょう。
All right, everybody. Good morning, Star Wars celebration.
Star Wars celebration.
Yeah. We are so excited to be here today to talk about the second season of Andor: A Star Wars Story.
Andor.
Yeah. And we just started streaming on Disney Plus on April 22nd.
Yeah, Star Wars fans from Japan. 日本からの人。
日本からの人いますか?
Everybody who's tuning in right now, if you're excited for Andor season 2, I need you to comment right now on it. Because I'm telling you, this show is going to be phenomenal.
Now we have some special guests here to tell us more about the final season. Please welcome executive producer and creator of Andor: A Star Wars Story, Tony Gilroy.
Yeah.
Executive producer and Cassian Andor himself, Diego Luna. Executive producer, Sana Wallenberg. And stars, Genevieve O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Andrea Arjona. Woo. Denise Goff.
Yeah.
Kyle Soller. And Alan Tudyk.
Oh. Guys, Alan Tudyk is the nicest fucking person ever. I got to meet him twice.
All right, have a seat,
so
please.
Nice.
Wow.
Sorry, I don't mean to scream, guys. I'm so excited.
Amazing, huh?
Will you like to sit down, please, too?
Yes.
So, can you believe the last time you were all together at Celebration was just after the debut of season 1? Tony, can you tell us about how that felt?
I just want to ask one question over here.
Over there?
How many guards on each level?
Woo-hoo! Yeah.
Bravo.
Yeah.
What's the question?
Yeah. How did you feel?
Oh man. This is the third one we've done.
No worries,
This
Randall. I literally,
already
like I
takes the
said,
cake. All you
I
people
don't
who
do
travel
live
here, oh
streams,
my
but I
God,
wanted
bless
to
you,
do
bless you,
this
bless
because
you.
I
What a
wanted to
thing.
share this
Thank you.
experience with everyone else since I'm having serious FOMO and I'm trying really hard not to
Diego,
cry that I am
look at
not
that
at
picture.
Celebration.
What did this moment mean to you?
Oh, it's just, I mean, like many things that just happen in Celebration. Thank you so much for this reception, this love, this energy.
Yeah.
It's so special. There's nothing like this. And everyone watching at home also, a todos los que están viendo en América Latina, en España, saludos. There, really, there's, exacto, en México también. Sí, sí. Qué chingón que están aquí. You know, there's 125 countries represented today in this room. That's what Star Wars means, you know. So thank you all for coming. It's beautiful to be part of this, you know. We obviously love the idea of going back to Cassian, but now knowing that it matters so much to you, that Andor has an audience that you're expecting these 2.5 years have been, you know, just a bless for all of us working in something you guys care about. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
And Diego, arigato from Japan. Arigato.
Arigato. I 100% agree with you. Japan has been
from everything,
my number
we've
one
seen
country I
from
want to go
the final
visit. And the
season,
funny thing is,
and,
my
it
little
looks
brother
just
is
epic.
actually
It's epic.
stationed there.
Diego, what can we expect?
It's just, it's so big, you know, in every possible way. There's more adventure and action, the drama. It's, I mean, we're getting close to Rogue One, so everything matters so much. It's emotionally charged. And you have the story of all the characters you met in season 1, plus many new characters you'll meet in the second season.
Wow.
And obviously, because we're heading to start the beginning of Rogue One, many familiar faces also you're expecting. It's gonna be intense. It's gonna be intense. And then when you finish watching this second and last season, go straight to Rogue One because you're gonna see a different film then.
Wow.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's exciting.
That's exciting. Yeah. And Tony, talk to us about what time frame will be seen on screen.
Season 1, we took a whole year.
Okay.
Season 1, we
That's
took
it?
a whole year to do the whole season. Second season, we're going to do 4 years in the one season. So each 3 episodes will represent 1 year.
1 year.
And we're going to drop
Wow.
them, 3 a week. So it's basically like dropping a movie every week in essence. And there'll be a jump. It'll be 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. And when we land, we only land for a couple days. So they're very, very intense experiences. And we tried to find the most important 3 days, 4 days we could to land on. But yeah, that's how we'll drop.
Wow. I'm not good at math, but is that 3
12.
times 4? 12, right?
Yeah.
12 episodes.
12 an episode.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Sana, from all the material we've seen so far, it looks like the production this season was or is massive.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
Tony doesn't hold back. I think we all know that by now. And going to season 2, we could, of course, had to be wider, larger, and really more ambitious than what we've done before. And I have to say, this time our extraordinary team really outdid themselves. Our production designer, Luke Hull, costume designer, Michael Wilkinson, and all our
I
extraordinary
truly feel like the
creatives
costume
put
design for this
their
is going to be
heart and souls
incredible.
into creating all these new worlds to tell this story as we go on. They managed to, the amount of creations really was staggering. We created 140 sets across 7 stages.
So one of my friends
backlots
wrote
and
to me, my
24
heart
different
breaks for you because I know how bad you wanted to be
700
there.
costumes just for the principals alone. 152 droids. 152 creatures, sorry. 30 droids. And over 4,100 VFX shots. There's a lot that you can dig into.
Wow, you're good at numbers.
Yeah.
Great.
Good memory.
I should be.
I'm talking to Tiara as we're watching this, and she literally, we both said we teared up.
Places. That's
for this.
amazing.
I'm
Wow. So Tony,
crying.
the show is called Andor, but you introduced lots of unforgettable characters in season 1, right? What we learned to these characters, what's going to happen to them?
We're going to follow everybody you like, everybody you love. Cassian's at the center of this, but it's a chorus, it's a choir all around him.
Right.
We care about these characters as much as you do, and we will tell every story full out. So it may not be good, it may be good,
it will be.
A lot of different, a lot of different, who your favorite character is, but we go all in on all of them all the way.
Nice.
Yeah.
To Rogue
One.
One which takes you in a
Girl,
new
look at this, I'm crying.
So, Genevieve? Hi, okay. Genevieve. So, Genevieve, one of the characters who is the most visible in the Resistance is Mon Mothma. And can you tell about where we find her this season?
Well, I would just like to say
She's
first,
so beautiful.
thank you for having us. We're so excited.
He said that
to
we're
be
throwing up
here
because we're just
talk about
so much
this.
in like in
I
our
think we feel like
emotions.
we've been sitting on a little bit of a diamond, and we can't wait to share it with you. So hopefully you like it. I think for Mon Mothma, we start somewhere where Sana was talking about. This season takes us to whole new worlds, whole new people. And so we start in Chandrila, which is Mon Mothma's ancestral home. We start with a wedding. Whoa. And all the complications that brings.
Okay.
And then we drive and we reach. And for Mon Mothma in particular, you
Guys,
really
I'm
see her
sorry.
have to
She's beautiful.
work and graft under the eyes of the Empire. And we go to some dark places this season. And so she must step out of the shadows and risk everything to speak some truth. That's
cool. Yeah. And obviously, we are thrilled to see the Ben Mendelsohn back as a critic, right? And one of the more iconic bodies in Star Wars, but Deborah was pretty.
Here, I started
funny Deborah
crying when
in
they
the season
announced
1,
Alan
right?
because, like, we're K2SO girls.
Can you,
Like, this is such an
talk to
amazing
us a
announcement.
little bit about her arc this season?
Oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed, so jet lagged, so emotional. This is incredible to be here. I'm being very un-Dedra and really excited, like a child. I'll try and be really serious. We find out where Dedra comes from in this season, a little bit about maybe what makes her who
I'm
she
obsessed
is.
with this woman, by the way.
Things get real strange here.
Oh.
Oh.
Strange.
Yeah. But what's great, I mean, just to be part of this thing, like every character is so fully drawn. I've never been part of such an ensemble. And I don't want to give too much away about it, but yeah, Dedra really shows herself. It was much darker this season. It wasn't so girl boss. It was much more fascist this season. Which is very unlike me. So it's serious acting I'm doing. Yeah, I'm so proud to be here with everyone and part of this thing. It's such a gift. Thank you all so much.
All right. Strange is a strange word, actually.
That's a kind word.
Yeah, okay. Speaking of cereal, what's going on with him and Dedra?
Is that the wedding? Ooh.
Gentleman never tells. See.
I don't know why. Their relationship is
Because
so
you'll
creepy,
kill
but I
him.
love it.
It's really weird.
Strange,
really, really weird. Yeah, so Cyril is starting out this season feeling
Flex.
pretty good about
She is
himself. He's got a lot of
gorgeous
promotion, he's got
outside of that
perks.
uniform.
He's
Like,
on a
I'm not
new
into
planet.
women, but
He's
that
mixing in with other
that
people.
is
He's flexing
she's a
the
hottie.
small amount of power that he has, in
And
his
the
own little
accent just
pocket
makes it even
of
better.
the Empire, and he is trying to flex this at the same time, and that results in,
It goes super well.
as you can imagine, just a lot of staring, a lot of
A lot of really awkward.
Yes. I love me awkward staring.
no touching.
Yes.
It's the weirdest.
But yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing relationship to dive into because it's
That does it for you, Nilda? Yes, that does it for me.
ultimately
The
at
accents.
the heart of Cyril's arc and in a way Dedra's arc.
Yeah, I'm
It
gonna have to agree
really-
with you. He looks 10 times
them
hotter
coming
with a
together
beard.
and opening themselves up to each other ultimately forces them into extreme situations that they never anticipated. So it's pretty spicy.
Ooh.
Wow. Strange, weird, spicy.
Yeah.
What will go on?
Okay. So, Adria, your characters. Your character, Bix, was also they're doing that riot on Ferrix, and we see her leave the planet. So, how is she doing these days, and where do her allegiances lie?
Well, first of all, I'm really trying to be cool, but I'm so overexcited right now. This is
Guys, for anybody who's tuning in right now, my lovely sister right here, Crafting on Ilum. Go follow her on Instagram.
you.
Tag Star Wars
It's so rare
Andor.
that you get to
She
put
is
faces
the
to the
replica
reason
of Bix
that you're making all
as a
these
cosplayer.
choices. You know,
Please
we
tag
have
Star Wars
all of
because
you in
they
mind
need
every
to
single decision
showcase
throughout the
Tierra
show. So
as
this
Bix.
is very surreal and really exciting. Really exciting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What was the question? Bix.
Yes, yes.
My name's Adria. My character's name is Bix. Bix, man, Bix really went through it in season 1. When we first meet her in season 2, you know, she's left her home. I really believe that, you know, Bix is the most Phyrexian woman there is. And, you know, she's away from home and kind of really trying to reconstruct herself and what that means for her and how she's sort of going to cope with everything that happened with Dr. Gorst is very interesting. And then you get to kind of get a sneak peek into this beautiful relationship that starts forming. You know, season 1, everyone's like, "What are you guys? Are you guys together? Are you not?" Well, I think this season you'll really get to see these two characters come together, which is really beautiful and probably one of my favorite parts.
Wow. Wow. Nice. Okay. And Alan, how does it feel to be back as K2SO? How'd you feel?
The fact that this man is getting the ovation that he's getting, like, you know that this character is beyond amazing.
Thank you.
How does it feel?
I'm not going to top that. Let's just move on.
Who loves K2SO?
Oh, come on. Thank you very much, y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
But did you ever think that was going to happen?
Did you ever think it was going to happen? I always held out hope, you know, hope. Such an important part of the show. I really wanted it to happen. I did for a time hold out for my own spinoff, K2 Fast, K2 Furious, which we discussed at D10 a long time ago. But Tony's a better writer, it turns out. And he has made an amazing, amazing show. And we get to see how our two characters meet and the birth of K2SO will be seen this season, which is exciting to see. It was very exciting to do, to be born. Yeah, it's beyond. It's beyond anything I could have hoped. It's such an important, it feels like a very important series. And it's great to be a part of it. Yeah.
Great to have you back. Welcome back.
Diego, what's your point of view meeting K2SO?
Oh, I missed Alan badly. It was 7 very tough years, man. I was laughing the moment I saw him back in his like very tight wardrobe suit. I mean, and I saw everything was in this exact same place after 7 years.
Yeah.
No, but it was. I mean, we spend a lot of time in a cockpit, not moving, and he's just like the generous and nicest partner you can have in a scene.
I'm an emotional person. What can,
you know?
what, what can I say?
There is nothing like
I'm a
working
girl.
with
I
someone that
cry.
is always finding a way to make it more interesting, more fun, you know, and to surprise you. And as an actor, that's beautiful. And I never knew. I never knew it was going to be so much fun, you know, because when you read the pages, you're interacting with a droid, no? But then Alan comes, and it's just a character that has shape, that has soul, you know. He brought a soul to this character and made it unforgettable. and that's why he deserves just the reception he just got, because he took the character to another level. Definitely. And it was nice. It was nice. Well, no, I'm not going to talk about how he gets born, but it was nice to witness that. And like, yeah, it was nice and awful and nice. I didn't do a video, man. Sorry. Yeah, it's cool to work with someone also so bright and funny, you know.
Right.
In this with this material that is so deep sometimes, and yeah.
Okay, looking really forward to see it.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, now I speak for all the fans here when I say I know we are expected to see what you all are up to. We are counting the days. 3 more days here in Japan. Until April 22nd. Yeah. So.
I guess that's the ending for their panel. Oh God, guys, I'm gonna mute this real quick. All right, let me pause this for a second. Let's recap. This was beyond insane, bro. Those defos, those what is Diera saying? Bruh, these defos gonna see a snippet of something of the new season and they cut that real quick. I know. I'm gonna go back to what Vicente said. He literally said that, you know, Alan and David Tennant as droids is so amazing. They're beyond amazing. Like, it's insane. So glad we got to see the panel. Yeah, as much as I want to see some of the behind the scenes stuff, I'm glad that we got to see the panel. So let me go back. Let's start this. Let's see what the main stage is going to be showcasing. Yeah, I can't believe this week is both Star Wars Celebration Week, WrestleMania. You've got Easter and 420, like all combined. But I'm actually glad, to be quite honest with you guys, that Celebration was in Japan because they're 13 hours ahead. So our Sunday, we're not getting a celebration. Tomorrow night will be technically Sunday for Japan since they're 13 hours ahead. Ooh, who's gonna come out? I was really hoping, because it's the 20-year anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, like we were gonna have, you know, Hayden, Ewan, and possibly a Natalie Portman, you know, show up, but that just wasn't in the cards. Yeah, I'm really happy. I'm so excited that we got to see the panel. I have to say, guys, Diego is the cutest thing in the world, and just love them. All right, the show's gonna end so beautifully. Oh my God, it's gonna be C3PO. So Anthony Carbone and Anthony Daniels have like these big ass arguments with each other on the panel stage. So this is actually gonna be funny. They're talking shit to each other on Instagram. By the way, guys, me and Tierra actually got to meet him at Star Wars, at Fan Expo New Orleans. He's the strangest human being ever, but he is so sweet. And I honestly have said this numerous of times. I don't think he's real. I think he is an alien from another space planet who's taken form of a human being, and we're just embracing his weirdness. I love how he's wearing his gold suit. Look at it. He's like avoiding Anthony. The two Anthonys on stage.
Much. Thank you, Tokyo. Thank you. It is so good to see you all.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
It was all going so well.
Yeah, it was. I had a great first day.
Have you been to wardrobe?
Have you
I mean,
changed your wardrobe in 10 years?
Don't encourage him.
This guy is the worst.
I can go off again, you know.
You always do.
Yeah, you love me, don't you?
No.
You love me, don't you? I don't care if you don't love me, okay?
I think you do. I think you do.
No, I think you're just jealous of me.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Of what?
Well, have you ever been in a Star Wars film?
Ooh.
Because
have you ever been asked to do anything other than a Star Wars film?
Oh, how dare you?
How are
When
your
you
connections in Hollywood these days?
When you have created a character as wonderful as C-3PO, you don't have to do anything else.
That's right. And shout out to George Lucas for creating C-3PO.
Well, George Lucas may have thought of the character in the script, but who made it real? Just saying.
That's right. That's right. You're right. We should also thank the wonderful effects team at ILM, the model builders, the droid builders, the costumers.
This is true. Yeah. And if only the costume had been ready on day one of filming. 6 months and it wasn't ready on the first day. It was a nightmare. And talking of nightmares, it's good to see you
It's
again.
good to see you. Please have a seat. No, you know what's very funny? You and I, actually, the first time we ever worked together, we sat down at lunch and we immediately talked. You had just gotten back from a trip to Japan. And you and your wife were talking about how much you love Japan. So it must be wonderful to be back here.
It is absolutely super to be back again. And I think that may have been when I first met the Japanese C-3PO.
Yeah.
Iwasaki-san.
Yes.
Sodes. Who does all my Hiroshi Iwasaki does 3PO in Japanese.
Yes.
And it was so perfect. It was like I could speak Japanese. He's not here, is he?
I don't know if he is.
I don't know.
But
Well, if we clap loud enough for him, Iwasaki-san, he will hear.
Yes.
Honestly, if it wasn't for Japanese filming, we would never have Star Wars because of the fact that George Lucas was inspired by the Hidden Fortress.
He really is. He
which,
sounds like
if you guys are trying to find that
so
movie, I believe it's on
But one of the
HBO
things
Max. You can
about
definitely check
Japanese
it out
culture
there.
is that everyone is very polite. They understand protocol and etiquette. Something clearly, anyway. You can work on it.
Yeah, by the way, I want to know who got him those sparklers because you're fired. I don't have that power, but I will fire you.
No.
But we are back in Japan, and it is a very auspicious year. It's 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith.
Ah, yes.
The 20th anniversary of Lucasfilm Animation.
Uh-huh.
Which, of course, you have been very involved with.
I love doing the animation, like Clone Wars, the Yoda Chronicles, all that kind of thing. Yes, Yoda Chronicles. Wow. Because I don't have to wear the suit.
That's
I
right.
can just stand in front of, what do you call it? A microphone.
Yes. He's a professional, everyone.
He said that. I think
And
you're
often
right.
I just have
He's
the
gonna stand
director
the whole
here
entire
on
time.
a
This
little
man
screen.
does
I'm
not
in
know how to
London.
sit
They are
still.
in California.
Yeah.
There's maybe 6 people there, and just me going, hello, and being C3. Have you been practicing your 3PO?
I'm so bad at 3PO. You
Just
know
do it.
that.
Just-
I don't have.
Do you want to
Hello.
hear his 3PO?
Yeah.
Stand it. Okay.
Hello, I'm C3PO, Human Cyborg Relations. It's it. Well, I don't do it for a job.
Oh, what do you do for a job?
I keep you under control.
And when was the last celebration?
Last celebration was 2 years ago. That was in London. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we let you in. It's
That's right.
amazing. Oh, hey, one of the things I like about
Oh, look, something reminded him of him.
one of the things I like about being in Japan is my book in Japanese.
Oh,
Trying to upsell that book so badly.
And of course, yeah. Watashi wa C3PO.
Yeah. The problem with the book is they can't get the head big enough.
But it's also in English, and I'm very proud it's in Japanese. I'm afraid I can't actually read it, even though I wrote it, but apparently it is beautifully translated. But one of the things that isn't here in the English version, we have a huge index of all
I keep
the
checking
people that I've
updates from
worked
like
with
some
on
of my
Star
friends if
Wars,
they're able to
all
get
the
like
famous
filming.
people.
Oh, I'm probably in there.
To see
Right?
if maybe like
I'm
they
probably
got
in
some
there.
images.
Like we've been working together for like 10 years now. I'm
there was,
probably
like,
in
a
there,
leak
right?
for Andor.
It's easy for you to remember the first part. The last part is Carboni, C-A-R. C-A-R.
Carboni. That's your name.
Carboni, yeah.
you
Would you
cha-
believe it? He'll get it. He's
No,
aging.
it
He's
begins
slowing
with a what?
down.
Begins with a
No.
begins with a C.
Yes.
Not there. That's really sad. You're not in the movies, and you're not in my book.
Wow.
I mean, how can you get up in the morning?
Most mornings it's easy because I don't think to myself, I have to talk to Anthony Daniels today.
Okay.
But today it was like really hard for me to get up.
And the other thing is, have you not got it? When we're going to meet, I'm going to be beautifully dressed because I respect my audience. You stand it. Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Make fun of my Carrie Fisher tribute shirt. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
no,
don't
you
talk
set
shit
it up.
about
You
Carrie.
set up the gag. Go ahead and make fun of it.
Oh, yeah, suddenly she's a gag. Carrie Fisher. Oh, disrespect. Oh, so desu. Oh.
Dang, he's usually too old and slow to turn it around on me like that. I didn't expect it. That was good.
Hey, I like to surprise you.
That was good. Well, I gotta say, talking about this, 20 years of animation, 20 years since Revenge of the Sith, you're still involved in the new projects. There's a lot going on. I mean, there's so many new people coming in.
Oh, it is amazing, and new stories and whatever. And I was so thrilled to be invited to do one scene in Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Anybody see?
Because that's as long as they can take him for. They're like, we'll bring him in, but if he's here for more than 2 hours.
Yes.
So I am getting notice that the Celebration show store queue is closed for the rest of the day. Literally, they sold out. It'll reopen tomorrow at 9 a.m.
From the council and General Lair to this huge kind of courtroom thing. It was amazing. It was in Southern California. And I'd arrived from Canada. I was so jet lagged. And I dressed up in the suit backstage and went into this huge kind of courtroom, big round courtroom. And being California, the sky, it was open to the sky. It was beautiful. And all the scenery like a real courtroom. Furniture
They underestimated the
judges
demand.
up there
Of course
on
they
the
did.
dais.
Like I was
And
trying to
spent
get a
the
whole bunch of
day
like
in this
Star Wars
costume,
Japanese shirts, like that's
talking with
said
real actors and
Star
so on,
Wars
which
in
different from
Japanese
talking to the
lettering,
audience.
and they were selling out
And
like
then,
ridiculously.
At the end of the day, somebody flicked a switch backstage, and the courtroom and the sky all just disappeared. I was in a giant television screen. It was.
Yeah, you were shooting on the volume.
It was the volume.
Yeah.
And I'd never been in it before. It was so convincing.
Now,
And
this is normally where I would
wish
make
they
fun of
did
you for not
tours
being
of the
able to tell the
volume.
difference between the volume and reality. But since I have worn the 3PO mask, you can only see like a pinpoint. And if you landed, went into wardrobe, went straight into the courtroom, you probably just thought it was real.
Thank you for understanding.
Yeah,
you get it. You
That's
get it.
kind of wild, though, to think that the volume, like ILM has done such magic that they could turn off the room and you're like, oh, I thought I was there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And of course, the next day they turned it on.
Yeah.
But then I knew the magic.
It's
so
got to
it was
be
fun.
better than being strapped to a gurney in
In the
Tunisia.
desert, yeah, because all you've got to do is put sand on the floor and put film up on the wall, and you are back in Tunisia. Much better to do it in the volume.
Yeah.
The other thing I did, I think last year now, was did anybody when I was here before in Japan see Star Wars in concert? Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
Where I told the story of episodes 1 to 6 with the Tokyo Symphony Orchestra.
Oh, that must have been
wow.
wonderful.
It was magic. But now, a few months ago, I did it again with the Los Angeles Philharmonic.
Oh, wow.
And this time...
I didn't get your invite.
What?
I didn't know you were in town. You didn't call.
Why would I? It's like, I have friends. I have friends. But
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah. He's got friends. That's something that
you
people
know,
with
it was
friends
a
say.
symphony orchestra. It was you wouldn't have dressed nicely, you know. But what the thing about this new SWIC Star Wars in concert is I told the story from 1 to 9, not 1 to 6. And you know, I have to tell you, it was because we had to work on the script 7, 8, and 9, and condense it. And it was the first time I truly understood what was happening in episode 9. It's like on the set, I was like, whoa, bewildered, you know. Suddenly, whoa, sorry, we had to redo the scene. The Emperor's alive again. Who knew that?
Well, so I mean, listen, it's right there in the line. Somehow Palpatine has returned. That's it's right there.
Somehow.
I swear that's like the best meme
No,
ever
but there was
used for
there
anything
were a lot of,
online.
as I
Somehow,
understand it,
Palpatine has
you all
returned.
explored different directions that it could have gone and different storylines that could have happened in it before everything landed in the way it landed. So it must have been kind of interesting because when you're on set, you're like, oh, we had 3 different ways this could have gone.
Yeah.
It's
a little confusing, but in the end, and
I'm really hoping
curiously,
and
it
praying
was
that
my
they
favorite
live
film to
stream
work on, episode
the
9.
Ahsoka panel.
And
If they
part of the
do,
reason was
I apologize
3PO
for
had
everybody
some
in
of the
advance.
best
I am going to
lines.
be in.
I genuinely, I've told you this before. I think Rise of Skywalker is best 3PO movie. You have such amazing scenes in Rise of Skywalker. Did y'all like that? Like,
yeah.
Oh.
And my favorite was telling the crew, you know, the heroes there, you know, 3PO, what does this say? Well, it is against my programming to translate from the Sith. And I boasted for all these films about how I can translate 6 million forms of communication. And suddenly, no, I can't do that.
Well, let me tell you something. As somebody who's known you for 10 years, you don't tend to mention your weaknesses up front either. I am not surprised that 3PO hit that.
Yeah. You know, 3PO is a very sensitive person.
I do know 3PO.
I mean, he's almost a person. He's so sensitive.
I know, and you know, I always have a little bit of 3PO with me. Not Anthony Danos, but there's never a day that I'm not wearing something 3PO related. This is my 3PO watch.
That's a little creepy.
I'm so excited. My friend
you can
Chris,
have it.
Just
You
saying.
can only
so
have.
he
You can either
cosplays
have one of 2 ways, man.
Manny
Either I don't
Jacinto's
like you or I'm a
character
fan. What do you want?
from
What do you want?
What do I
Hate
want?
both.
Do I want him
Star
to
Wars
like me?
Acolyte. Manny's character was just beyond amazing.
Do I want him as a fan?
And my friend Chris just does an amazing
Okay.
job on it.
Yeah,
I'll show you
Y'all
guys.
are not on my
Like, that's
side
his
here.
picture.
That's
Okay.
wild.
Okay.
That's
You know
Manny
what? You know
Jacinto's
what?
character. Let's see if I can put my light up so you guys can.
Do I do this?
So that's
Put
my friend
me
Chris.
in the appendix.
There we
Write
go.
my name in the index.
Should I?
Put me in the
Should I
index.
write his
Chris
name?
just got to meet
Should I write? How do you spell
Manny
it?
Jacinto.
It's Anthony.
Oh yeah.
And he
And
just
then
looks
Carboni.
like a happy little kid.
C-A-R.
Look at my friend
Shall I
Chris.
just put-
You put whatever you can handle.
I ended up
Alright.
commenting on his video going, yes, Filipino power.
Anthony.
Yep.
What?
Does anybody have any
Carboni.
suggestions?
You've got a fan here. It's ridiculous. What would I put?
I
To
got
Anthony with force.
I think everybody right now
Okay,
wants
what?
to do Anthony Carboni. No
Have a good.
offense.
Oh
Like,
no.
the
what
fact
should
that
I
you
put
get to
with
host your
love?
own Star Wars celebration as a
No.
fan, like
What would I do?
As the
What?
interviewer is
Okay, I'm gonna
phenomenal.
put. With
I'd be so
love.
lucky one
Can
day
you
to be able to
believe?
host
Can you
one.
believe that he
I think
sits
that's why I
30
do
yards
so
away
many of
all
these
weekend
Star
and
Wars
charges for
interviews
this?
because
Yeah.
I want to get myself comfortable enough
Okay.
to be able
The
to
and I've
talk in
signed
a very
Anthony,
large
the real
audience.
one.
Yep.
And I would love one day to be a
Okay,
host
and I'm gonna.
of Star
I'm
Wars
gonna put it.
Celebration.
I'm gonna put 2 kisses. Can we go to close up here somewhere? Give me
Yeah,
a
there it is.
camera. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Is this a good idea? Yes, it is. There you are. It is a token
Thank
of my
you.
love.
Thank you. I love you. You know that.
thank
You know that. I do want to say, begrudgingly,
I'm
your
gonna sit down.
your
What?
legacy in Star Wars is huge. 3PO is my favorite character. I've said it before. A lot of people, 3PO is their favorite character. And
3PO is
every
just that
year,
iconic
when you and
character.
I have our discussions on stage or before we have our discussions, I get so many people reaching out to me online to talk about it. And I had somebody reach out to me with a particular, I believe it was on Threads. Somebody posted to me, protect Anthony Daniels at all costs. He's a national treasure. Seriously, wrap him in bubble wrap and keep him safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought that's good for 2 reasons. Number 1, he is very old and brittle. And number 2, if we wrapped him in bubble wrap, it might suffocate him. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. Can we get some bubble wrap out here for Mr. Daniels? Let's go ahead and get our national treasure into the archives, shall we?
Are you serious?
Yeah, let's
You are
keep you
serious.
safe, bud.
You are
Come
serious.
on. Thank you, Lionel. You just come right up here, sir.
Aw, thanks, Vicente. I
You
appreciate
help me
that.
out, Lionel. Yeah.
It's
If you could just, if we'd like, just hold on to this and spin around like the beautiful dancer you are.
I can't
There you
believe
go.
I'm doing
Keep
this.
going.
Oh, I
Keep
don't-
going.
Wait.
There
Oh
we
my
go.
God.
That's perfect.
Don't kill
Yeah,
him.
I think we got it. I think we got it.
Is this so I can go to this 50th celebration?
That's right.
Are we going to do that?
We're making sure that Anthony Daniels safely makes it to the 50th anniversary of Star Wars Celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, he's perfectly fine. Mr. Anthony Daniels. Come on, no, come on with me, bud. Come on, time to put you on the archives.
Okay.
You're gonna be with all the props.
Help me.
No, we're gonna keep you with the sabers. We're gonna keep you with the costumes. Come on over here to Oki. There you go. Oki made you a beautiful 3PO.
Oh, he did too. Oh,
Be careful, be careful. No.
Once here, she was like, this isn't odd. Sit down with
Anthony
Daniels.
Daniels,
But
everybody.
if it
I'm gonna
wasn't
talk to
odd, it
security.
wouldn't be an Anthony
Make
Daniels
sure you're on the
interview.
do not allow
Like,
list
this
for
man
next
never
year.
is
That's
relaxed.
right. That's right. Go right into my trap. Get out of here. We have so much more coming from Star Wars Celebration, and it's all better than this. Stay tuned.
It was the oddest panel ever, but it's whatever. I love the 2 banters between the 2 of them, so it is what it is. All right, no messages yet with any posting about any live images.
Hey guys,
From
I'm on the Star Wars
Andor,
Celebration live
so
floor
I keep
at
checking,
the
guys.
Blitzway booth, staring at this extremely menacing and very gorgeous Anakin Skywalker statue. Denny Kim, can you tell us a little bit more about it?
I've been sitting on the
Hello, my
floor.
name is
I'm
Kim,
gonna get
and
up
this is
now.
Blitzway, and I'll talk
Right.
about this
Shift
was
my
actually our
stuff.
first
Sit up.
Star Wars series for our company. So it's very meaningful, and we have some gimmicks for it. First of all, it's a rooted hair and all hand painted by our artist, and it has a moving eye gimmick, which it's a first proto, so we can't show you right now. Maybe next time online. And we have real leather.
Dude, that's another
Pretty much
hot
it's
toy that
called the Black
literally
Label
sold
'cause
out.
It's the highest quality of our brand.
He looks phenomenal. That's
I'm gonna mute this so we can talk while they're doing that, so we can just wait for like any more live streams going on. So what do you guys think so far of Star Wars Celebration Day 2. Like, that Andor panel was phenomenal. I can't wait to watch it. I don't know if any of you guys got to see today. I hate using this word. I did leak some photos of what Darth Maul will look like in the new Darth Maul show. So if you head over to Instagram, take a look at it. I also, on the Darth Talon post, if you swipe one more, I did post the leak of the trailer for the Maul show. So that's going to be quite interesting to watch. I will say this. I love Sam so much as Darth Maul, but the original prequel kid in me is like so sad that they have never brought back Ray Park after Solo. I feel like Ray deserves to have his like comeback as Darth Maul. Being very hopeful about it. All right, guys. So they're back to the main stage. Let's see what they have in store.
We're here at the Star Wars Celebration Live stage.
Oh,
Love a
dude.
good action figure. And our friends over at Hasbro,
Yeah, for
Chris
sure.
and Hope have
Flex,
joined
I don't know
us
if you heard me
as they
earlier.
always deliver something amazing for
Chris,
me. Here to show off some items
Nerd
and reveal
Squadron.
something very cool.
Here, I can mute this.
Let's get into it, shall we?
What are they talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
I think we should
Should
talk
we?
toys.
Why don't we start with the stuff we revealed yesterday?
Quick
Just a
recap.
couple of the pieces, but they're pretty cool.
Are they talking
They're
about
pretty
toys?
cool. Now, I know I'm
Okay.
supposed to start.
I can
with
mute
Cal
this for a
Kestis, 'cause
second.
He's the star. Any Jedi Fallen Order fans in the
All right. So yeah, Flex, back to what you were saying. So the biggest complaint I've been hearing are the lines to pay for merch. It's been deterred many from getting online. Yeah. So apparently, from what Chris was telling me, when he went to go pick up shirts for me, he said that they had the lightning pass and people were able to get in there extremely fast. But if you were just general, it was taking you 5 hours in the merch line to be able to obtain a shirt. And literally everything was selling out. He was literally messaging me and he was like, "Hey, this shirt wasn't available, that shirt wasn't available." And he was like, "These are the ones that are available." And then eventually he ended up texting me like a couple minutes later and he was like, "Hey, I was able to get it." He was able to pick up an Ahsoka shirt for me. But literally, like, this is exactly what his words were. He said, "I'm in line now. Thank God I got my lightning pass to go in. The wait time for general is 5 hours." He goes, "It is insane. I hope to be able to get us some stuff. They sold out the day yesterday." So it's insane. It's insane, the merch. But I'm slightly confused because on Amazon, they're saying starting on May 4th, they're going to be releasing a whole bunch of stuff from merch. So I don't know what we'll see, what we're going to get, because a lot of stuff that they announced that said were exclusives for Star Wars Celebration were literally just posted online. Like earlier when I first started the stream, I was talking about the Ronin figures. Those were only meant to be Star Wars Celebration exclusives, and people were buying them for cost, whatever it costs in Japan, and then scalping them for over $100 online. But yet Amazon today released that they were selling it for $64.99. And then you were getting it for the next day. So in total, with shipping, I paid $74, and this thing is arriving in my house tomorrow. So, are they really exclusives, or are they just claiming that they're exclusives and then just reselling them on the market? I have no idea. So that's what I'm a little confused about that. So let's hop back on. Let's see what they're talking about. I know they're talking about figures. By the way, guys, I don't know if you saw yesterday, Lego is dropping a K2SO Lego. So you guys definitely need to go pick that up. I know me and Tierra are definitely going to grab that.
Celebration. We have a new helmet for everybody.
Woo! It's
All
time.
right. Everybody ready?
Yes.
Yes! Fucking
Yes,
Death Trooper!
Yes, you do.
That
everybody
is-
back
yes,
here. Look at
Yes,
that.
fantastic.
I've been wanting these.
So this beautiful Death Trooper helmet.
Yes.
It is. It's amazing. I mean, this is a
It
helmet that
is.
we've wanted to do since we first saw them in Rogue One.
Yes.
And
I've been
and-
asking you to do it since I first saw them in Rogue One. Thank you
asked?
again for answering my
Oh
email.
Yes.
eventually we get
Dude,
around
this
to
is
every
my
one of your
favorite
requests.
fucking
Thank you. I appreciate
stormtrooper.
it.
Yeah, this one's special. This one
yeah.
comes from the heart. I feel like a lot of people have been asking for this one, so we're happy to deliver it.
And just
These
the
helmets
details.
are
I hope
so
you can get in close,
iconic.
but there's
When you
Yeah.
see them
details,
in
the
Rogue
weathering,
One
it
and they're
looks
coming out
like
of the
it's seen
ship,
Some things, it's a little
it-
livery,
Yeah.
So
perhaps.
subtle
I'm having
weathering.
a
I
brain
think
fart.
Yeah.
that's
When they're
part of
coming
what
to
Fresh
go
from, like,
find,
Ursa
we
Holmes.
try to do to make them feel real
Right.
from the universe
such
is,
a brain
is,
fart right now.
is get that
When
weathering
they- you know, like in the
not
beginning of the movie
heavy,
in
but
Rogue
overnight.
One,
Right.
it's probably
Just-
the alcohol.
just the right amount. And I
Right.
think this
Not
one
damaged.
really shows that off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope, do you want to do the honors on the feature of this helmet?
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.
Krennic
Okay,
ship.
so we have some fun lighting features going on this guy. Do you mind, since you're closer, do you mind button pressing for me?
Okay.
So we have these lovely, are we working? Yeah, we're on. These
Ooh, tell me they
beautiful
light up.
green, glowing,
Oh
beautiful
my
lights on the
God.
bottom. So
Amazing.
that's a fun sort of, if you're cosplaying in the
Oh.
dark. And yeah, of course, we have the Spectra sensor on the side. So lots of really
Oh my
fun light up
God.
features here. I just love the green against the black. It looks so, just so cool.
So sick. I love it.
Yes.
Love it so much.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And then, of course, like all our Black Series helmets,
Yep.
it has a full interior in it.
Yep.
and an
Adjustable
headband.
interior.
to
Great
wear.
details.
I
It's
want to
all
know
noggins.
if it has,
All noggins. Did you say
if
that on
it's
the
the
box?
microphone.
Yeah.
It really
Oh,
should.
it's about
we
to
go.
fit this noggin.
Yeah, let's
There it
go.
Yes.
Back in action.
Oh my God, that's going to be beautiful. Yep.
Beautiful.
Looking
So,
good.
all
You've
right.
never looked better,
Find
Chris.
two of them.
When will this be available for all of our noggins?
Do you want to dive into
Go
details
for
or
it.
would you like me to?
Go for it.
Okay, yeah. So this one is going to be up for pre-order on the 18th. So today at 3 p.m. Eastern time for the US. And then I believe same for Japan today as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here first. Thank you so much, Chris and Hope, for joining us.
Yeah.
You always bring me some fun stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Can I not put this in my pocket? This
I
turtle.
know.
Is
Turtle.
he-
We need a
is
pocket-sized one.
He's a pocket-sized turtle. All right. But
Yes.
we love you. Thank you so much. I promise I won't really steal from you. You know where to find me.
Yeah,
But thank
we
you so
got
much for
you.
stopping in. And we have even more Star Wars
you.
Celebration Live just for you. So don't miss it.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Oh my God, I am beyond happy. We're getting a fucking Death Trooper Black Series helmet. This is 100% buying it. Oh my God, guys, I have to show you this. So I don't know if you guys follow Vader's Girl on Instagram. She is probably one of Hayden's largest fans right now, or she's been Hayden's largest fan. She literally goes to every con to go and see him. She literally just took a picture with him for his birthday, and they're both wearing birthday hats. That is adorable. Yeah, it's probably the best photo of the year for her. This is crazy that we're getting a freaking Krennic hat. Oh, our friend Tony, Star Wars Sith, also got to take a picture with the Chosen One as well. So our buddy RMD just said that he's currently watching the first episode of Andor season 2. So they actually got to see the episode, guys. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. But I'm still baffled that we're getting a Death Trooper helmet. Like, how is this even like happening right now? All right. Sorry. I know you guys are probably getting annoyed with my voice.
Of course, the Old Republic has delighted adventurers who have wanted to live out their own Star Wars story for 13 years. But the team at Broadsword has put together a trip down memory lane to show the stories that got us to this point, as well as a sneak peek on where the story's headed next. Take a look.
Professional. I love it.
You guys have no idea how difficult it is to be able to post stuff online, to sit here and live stream. So I give credit to anybody who's doing it.
Star Wars The Old Republic is an epic story-driven Star Wars experience in a massive explorable galaxy. With 8 unique origin story paths and hundreds of story choices across dozens of planets, which path will you choose first? Will you fight to protect the Republic or support the rise of the Sith Empire? Will you seek justice or vengeance? Will you find love? Will you fall to the dark side or follow the path of the light? We're thrilled to be here to celebrate how far this game has come in the last 13 years, as well as the new and exciting experiences we're still building each year. We've added many chapters to the epic story saga, new and improved gameplay systems.
I'm trying to find the link for the
seasonal
Death
events,
Trooper Black Series
dynamic
helmet.
encounters, and more. This is a living, breathing galaxy. Filled with
Just so I can
countless
post it on
details
my
to
link,
explore.
so then you guys,
And you don't
if
have
you guys
to
want
do
to
it alone.
pre-order it, you're more than
Make
welcome
allies
to.
or enemies in co-op story experiences, PvP matches, starfighter battles, and large group encounters. In addition to new content, we have continued to enhance the game with modernization in environments,
trying to see,
lighting,
like,
characters,
who has it
and
up
technical
right now.
performance, and countless quality of life improvements across the game. In our current story, Legacy of the Sith, the infamous Darth Malgus has set his sights on the demise of both the Republic and the Empire.
Such a great
Intertwined
character.
in Malgus's plans are the Twi'lek siblings Sahar and Rakan Katine, one a former Padawan who has lost her way, the other a protege to the rogue Mandalorian Hedda Cole. And as with all stories in the Old Republic, at the center of all of this is you. Through all the twists and turns, the allies and the enemies, your choices will determine what comes next for the galaxy. We want to give a heartfelt thank you to everyone who has shared and continues to share their love for this game. From all the developers that have built these experiences, to the actors that breathe life into our stories, to the players who have found home and community in our worlds. We are still here 13 years later because of your love, passion, and enthusiasm for Star Wars The Old Republic. Thank you, and may the Force be with you.
That was so heartfelt.
Our paths are not destined. They are forged. Shaped by ambition and fear. The desire for power. The need for control. The price of obedience. We allowed corrupt doctrines to dictate the paths before us. No longer. A change is coming to the galaxy, forged from pain and rage and sacrifice. My chains are broken, and now I will break them all.
It's a nice commercial. The place just looks absolutely like, I guess from the camera angles it looks big, but from what I've been hearing that it's very small. Yeah, guys, once I get the link for the Death Trooper helmet, I will make sure to share it on my stories. And if you guys are interested in obtaining it, I definitely recommend pre-ordering it immediately. I feel like that's one that's really going to do very well in the pre-orders.
Helping to celebrate 50 years of industrial light and magic, we have Lucasfilm's very own Senior Vice President of Creative Innovation, Digital Production, and Technology, a very succinct title. Give a warm welcome to Rob
Brado.
Amazing.
Right? It's just, there's nothing like Star Wars Celebration, am I
Yeah,
right?
this is just like a normal day in the office, except there's like 50,000 more people. So it's
Sure.
good to see everyone here.
And no community lunch, no bagel day.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
Other amazing things, though, other amazing food and snacks. But
Like
Rob,
Ultra
welcome to the Star Wars
Carterzilla
Celebration
said
live
earlier,
stage.
like this is
You've
the
got a low-key
craziest weekend ever in
celebration, right?
fandom
Nothing too
because
crazy
a whole bunch
going
of
on
stuff
yesterday.
is just
No
popping
release
up.
of a whole documentary series
You know,
about
like
the
I'm
history of
getting
ILM or anything.
Did anybody see
California
Light
right
and Magic
now, like,
Season
or
2
not
panel
California,
yesterday?
Florida,
Anything? It's super
Las
fun.
Vegas,
So
and they're
fun.
just sending me
Such an
pictures
amazing
over and
crew. There's
over
so
of
much brilliance
WrestleMania
on that
being
stage.
there.
It's a little
And
staggering. I don't know
I
how you
think
deal with it every day at work.
Greg and I are
Well,
gonna
we're also
try to
brilliant,
go to
my friend.
WrestleMania
I mean,
for
for those
next
of you who
year
saw the
because
panel,
it's
or
gonna
if
be
you
in New
didn't, the
Orleans.
other amazing
And
thing
as much
is
as I had
also
so
the
much fun in New
humility.
Orleans
Like, we're
with
talking
Sierra, like the weather was
in,
horrendous.
you know, in my
So we didn't
opinion,
get
these
to
are the
really
people
like
who
experience
help
New
create
Orleans.
visual effects, the kind of
So
storytelling
maybe
we
this
love in Star
time
Wars.
around the weather will
And
be
they're
so much
also
better.
humble about their talent. They all shared very personal stories on Light and Magic Season 2 about their feeling of imposter syndrome, their feeling that they weren't possibly the right people to like bring Yoda to life and that incredible Jedi fight in the original prequels. And those kind of stories getting to be shared in a really heartfelt way. I mean, these are the people I get to work with. I feel very, very fortunate, very grateful.
Yeah, no, and it's one of my favorite things about Star Wars, Lucasfilm, ILM. It's just so many lovely, relatable people. Everybody is just there. They want to do their best. They're so excited to further the craft. There's so much innovation and knowledge, in our offices. It's truly. I think I used the word before, but I'm going to say it again. It is staggering. It is awe-inspiring. Walked by John Knoll earlier. That never gets old.
I know. And these are people that are not afraid to take risks, try new things,
Absolutely.
right? We're going to have a panel tomorrow afternoon, Light and Magic, or
Yes, my
Industrial
friend.
Light
If
and Magic
WrestleMania
50
does
years.
come back to Florida,
and we're going to
I'm
have
100%
some
going,
people on that panel
it's gonna
who
be that far
even
from me.
changed even changed careers later in their career. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be fun to hear some of the stories that we don't always get to talk about.
Absolutely. And so you mentioned it, but 50 years of industrial light and magic, 5 decades, 5-0, pretty fantastic. But what are some of your favorite memories from working at ILM?
I mean, as soon as I had a lunch meeting with John Knoll when I was getting interviewed, and he's like, "Would you ever want to work on a Star Wars film?" And of course, it was a no-brainer. I was immediately in, getting to work with the people who created this.
I got to ask, wait, when he asked that question, are you like, play it cool? Yeah, maybe that's fine. Or were you just like flop sweat?
I just was, I was like, you don't even have to pay me. Yes, I want to work on Star Wars. That would be incredible.
You don't even have to pay me. It's fine.
It was
fine. I'll do it for snacks.
It is an amazing place, and like you were
No,
highlighting,
I
such
agree with him as
talented
well.
people,
Like,
but also
you would
people who
not
are willing
have
to
to pay me.
share everything they know about the craft. So I have to say, I've been now with Lucasfilm and ILM for the last 11 years, and every day I'm learning new things from amazing people around the studio. It's really fun.
Absolutely. If only there was like a whole book about the first 50 years of ILM that we could all enjoy that history lesson.
Yes. Has anyone here collected any of the Industrial Light and Magic books? There's a 25th anniversary. I see a few collectors. There's going to be a new book just announced yesterday, the 50-year anniversary of Industrial Light and Magic. And this book is chock full from year one to the most recent work, some of the things you're seeing around the show today. So it's going to, I've seen the previews of it, it is going to be incredible. So keep an eye on that.
Wow.
It'll be,
Those
I
ILM
think,
books
available
are
for
not
pre-order pretty
cheap.
soon. And it
I
is
found an absolute
full of
beautiful
stories,
one
full
in
of
a
amazing
bookstore
stories
that
and
I went
images,
to.
that some of which you've never seen before.
$150.
I'm sure
I've
it has
been
just
like
amazing depth of knowledge. And you and I both have
debating
written
if
books,
that's
so we know firsthand
the
how
route
hard it is
that I would like to go.
do that part of the job. Just amazing. I can't believe they got it all in a single volume, honestly.
I mean, and it's going to be a thick book. It's going to be a big coffee table book. If you have the 25-year anniversary book, this goes really well with it. It's just as big, if not bigger. But it also goes back to the beginning. It's not just about the last 25 years. It's the whole 50-year history. So if you know anything about making books, when you're trying to get these images that have never been seen before and get permission to put them in a book, it's a big, big job. But there's hundreds of beautiful images in this book. It's going to be, if you're a collector, if you're a fan of Industrial Light and Magic, I recommend it.
That sounds phenomenal. I can't wait to get my hands on it, my grabby hands. But I love talking about the past. I love talking about all the accomplishments so far, but I want to turn our eyes towards the future as well,
Oh,
and
boy.
talk to you for a minute about visual effects, ILM, always at the forefront of that innovation. What excites you about this continued evolution of special effects, visual effects, and what's on the horizon?
Yeah, as we think about what tools artists are using next, the landscape is changing. If you're paying attention in both visual storytelling, in technology, there's a lot of change right now on the horizon. And at ILM and at Lucasfilm, we're really interested in staying on the cutting edge. This is both in terms of giving artists more efficient and streamlined tools, because if any of you are artists, you want to spend as much time on the art and as little time on all the technical details as possible. And there are new tools, there are new techniques that our artists are finding and inventing, that it's a really interesting time in visual storytelling, in tools for visual storytellers. So we're pretty excited about that. And you're going to see a lot out of ILM in the near future in this area about the new kind of things we're breaking into.
And in the distant past, ILM also launched a podcast that I'm a big fan of, Lighter Darker. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's so much fun. ILM has a podcast. It's called Lighter Darker, the Industrial Light and Magic podcast. And I got to say, we're really finding our groove. We're about a year in. It is so much fun. We talk with filmmakers. We talk about the craft of visual storytelling. So most recently, we just had Bryce Dallas Howard, who is anybody a fan of Bryce Dallas Howard here? She's
absolutely.
Talk a little real quick. So if any of you are close to the Texas area or have any plans around August, there is an amazing con that's going on called Rebel Scum Con. It is in Texas. They are going to be showcasing and headlining a whole bunch of Star Wars actors, but Sam Witwer is one of their biggest headliners on there. And it was just amazing that they got to announce him as being one of their headliners before they made the announcement for the mall show. So I definitely know that that is going to be jet-packed. Fans are definitely going to come to this con. And I went last year, and it was by far one of like the best cons ever. It was a con that I got to meet Tierra for the first time, got to meet a whole bunch of people I haven't seen. And it's basically just a con for people who are fans of Star Wars. So if you guys haven't checked it out, you guys can go on my Instagram account. I'm constantly posting their stuff, but like I said, you guys can check them out. Their page is called, where is it? It's Rebel Scum Con Official. So you guys can go look them up and see, but it's just amazing stuff that they have. So let's go back to see what they're discussing here for the ILM panel.
We learned about Star Wars Starfighter. Yeah, me too. We are so excited for The Mandalorian. Grogu coming back into theaters, bringing us back to theaters for the first time since 2019 in next year, in 2026. But what future Star Wars project are you most excited about, Rob?
Oh, I mean, Star Wars Starfighter is so exciting for me. And for us to have movies lined up that are in production is very, very exciting. The fact that they announced yesterday, we are in production in the fall on Star Wars Starfighter, and we're in post-production on Mando and Grogu. As many of you saw, we got a short glimpse of that film yesterday. So it's really fun to have multiple movies in production and Sean and his team are so talented. I think you got a sense of it yesterday on the stages, like hearing what they're doing, crafting that story. I'm super excited about that film. And it's really fun to have. We've got, the world that we know of Mando and Grogu. It's going to be super fun. But the world that we don't know in Star Wars Starfighter, so many new things to get used to. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, and just like
Dude,
I
I'm
love pushing
so
innovation
excited for
forward
this
special
Mando
effects,
movie.
I love that we're
Well,
pushing
we
the
already
Star Wars
know. I'm in
timeline
love
forward
with
a little bit. We're
Pedro
going ahead
Pascal.
of the sequel
Can
trilogy and just seeing
can
what
we
happens
just
next.
say
What
this real
comes
quick?
next.
Exactly. What
That
happens
this
next?
man, Pedro Pascal, is basically dominating the fandom lore right now. Not only is he on the show The Last of Us, he is coming back as Din Djarin for Star Wars. And we also have this man as Mr. Fantastic Reed Richards. Like, you're literally tapping into every fucking fandom. And I think that is amazing. I am so happy for him that he is a gem. He is everywhere. I think that he is a human being that we need to preserve and make sure that nothing harmful comes to him, because he's just amazing. And it sucks because I've been wanting to meet him so bad, because I was telling Craig the other day, I officially want to get a t-shirt and take a photo with him. And the shirt is going to say, yes, you are my slut daddy, because that's what he said in one of his interviews. But hopefully, we get him one day at a con. That would be amazing. And just to meet him. So let's go back to the discussion of 50 years of ILM.
I think we're
I
throwing
think
them
perhaps it's safest to toss.
out. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we
All
can
right,
do.
go for it, Rob.
Anybody interested in ILM 50th shirt? That was a good throw.
Amazing. All right. But if you weren't one of the lucky folks who just caught that, you can scan the QR code now right below us and pick up your own on the shop. But thank you so much for stopping by the stage to talk with us. Always a pleasure. We're just at the beginning of day 2 of Star Wars Celebration Live, so there's a lot more coming. Stay tuned.
All right, guys. So I keep frequently checking the Hasbro website. They haven't posted anything yet for the pre-order on the Death Trooper helmet, but as soon as it comes out, guys, I got you. I got to make sure that this is probably part of the Entertainment Earth. And if it is, then I will give you guys a code with my link name, so then you're able to get discounts on it. But I don't know for a fact it's going to be available for a discount. It's going to be available for pre-order. But once I find out, I will let you guys know immediately. By the way, thank you for everybody who has been hanging out with me. We have been streaming now for an hour and 43 minutes. I do not stream for this long. I usually do like an hour or two, but it's the weekend. I'm off. Figured I'd be home and just like hanging out with you guys, and we can discuss this together. Still waiting on some updates on stuff. And like I said, if any of you guys wanted to jump on, you're more than welcome to. Let me know. I'll send you the link. You guys can hop on. We can like bullshit with each other and talk. I will stay until the end, even if I miss Dave Dimensions live with Dre, the fake Master Chief, who will be at war with the real Master Chief Roman Reigns. Oh, dude, Dave's Dimension is freaking awesome. I love his live streams. He's super sweet. Oh my God, some of these pins are amazing. I wish I got into pins. I think I only own like 6 pins, and they are part of they're from Disney. So I've gotten a whole bunch of pins from like Disney with Ahsoka on it. I prefer the title Master Chief more than Tribal Chief as the title. All right, let's see who else they're going to announce to come on the stage.
And you probably have seen here on our Navarro set our amazing Star Wars carving sensation sensei. It's Oki with Cookie right here.
Hello, everyone.
Oki, I've been looking at the ticker at the bottom of the screen, and so many folks are wanting to know, how can I learn to carve amazing Star Wars creations out of vegetables, just like Sensei Oki?
Okay, do you have an insurance for?
Oh my gosh. So these
All
look
right?
really sharp. Are these scalpels?
Yes, this is a kind of vegetable carving knife.
Yeah.
From our ancestors. Like we've been doing this for 1,000 years. From
1,000
long
years?
time ago. Yes, we have a it's called mukimono. Let's try
Mukimono.
it.
Let's try this.
Mukimono,
Okay.
Yes.
So what can I help carve as well
Okay,
with you?
so I have a sorry. Mock-up.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
I do. I love the little droid. Love this.
I would love
Yes,
to take
so
a
we are
class
going to
and learn
carve
how to
his first experience for
I had a
a
girlfriend of
mouse
mine
droid.
that's like
Is that
a
right?
Yeah.
on like buying my
So
own
break it down for
kit
us. So
and,
let's
like,
step
learning to
one.
make it at
Step
home.
one.
But I know
hold
like
like this.
Craig and I would
Oh, I-
completely
Just like this.
botch that up.
Yes.
Just like a pencil.
Yes,
just
yes.
like that.
And we go. So he has a kind of antenna or something like that.
Yes.
For okay, I don't. All right.
I'm gonna do this so everyone can watch. Go ahead. You
Okay.
show me.
So this is going forward, right?
Going forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah, we're trying to go forward. Okay, we're going forward. We got it.
Okay, so cut some line here.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. And
nice
cut
job.
off from here, like
Oh,
this.
I see. Okay.
You know?
And take a little
Like
notch
this.
out.
Oh,
Hey.
that's good. That's good for first time. Yes.
Not bad for
Not
being a
bad at
notch
all.
above the
yes.
rest.
And
Cheap,
one
no,
more line from
no.
here,
Yeah.
and same depth.
Same depth.
Yes,
Okay.
like this.
Same depth. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And
going-
going this way
Yeah.
and cut off.
I did technically.
Wow, the
technically,
antenna is coming
let me
out.
use them real quick.
Most of the
lose a finger,
antenna's coming
Tim.
out.
Yes.
Since you said chief, I did technically when I did bartend for 10 years at the Hard Rock down in Hollywood in Florida. I did bartend for years there for a bar called Murphy's Law in my very early 20s. And we used to get a whole bunch of like the Seminole Indians come in all the time and like sit in our bar. And I remember one of them used to hit on me all the time, and I thought it was hilarious. And then later on, I ended up finding out that he was the chief's nephew, and like coworkers of mine kept joking around, and they kept saying to me like, "Go!" They were like, "If you have a baby with them, they like you get a percentage of it." And I was just like, "No, I'm not into that." But yeah, that was the closest of me having like chief or being part of somebody who was a chief. All right. Are we gonna get somebody on stage? Less food. More discussions. Yeah, even people in the chat are complaining. If you have a baby with them. Yeah, I know. No babies. No. I enjoy very much being called, what is it? My coworkers called me a dink. We are a dual income, no kids. All right, let's see if we got any news on some stuff. Yeah, you've never heard that term? It's called a dink. I actually had to look that up because I saw constant people always posting it on TikTok, and I never like actually knew what that definition meant. But a dink is a couple It's a dual income, no kids. So I'm a huge kid, so there was no point of me reproducing another kid version of me. So it looks like they're derailing here because it looks like they're just, like right now, what is it? They're 13 hours ahead, so it is 12. Yeah, it's 12. No, it's 11:36 over there. So we still have what, an hour, half an hour until the Ahsoka. Are you in the UK? No, I am not, but I do have a lot of UK followers. And I have recently interviewed so many UK residents who were in Star Wars, but the UK is actually a country I would love to visit. I would love to go to England one day. I know that when I interviewed Sam Rossbridge, who actually played the body for Snoke, he was constantly telling me to come visit the UK. So you never know. I might be coming to England the near future. I just know if I go to England, like I have to go there for like 2 weeks because I want to see a shit ton of sightseeing. I want to go to collectible stores. You know, I love everything about, you know, Queen Elizabeth, you know, that whole entire family. I would love to go visit Buckingham Palace. You know, also I would love to check the area where like Jack the Ripper. So it's just a mixture of a whole bunch of stuff. What do you say? I just told Dave's Dimension in his live to acknowledge Roman Reigns as the one and only real Master Chief. What is it? He does this. All right. They are still talking about food. The two places my sons want to visit is Japan and England. Yeah. So Japan and England are my top two places to go visit. Thailand is my third one. My fourth one is Germany. And then my fifth one, I've been wanting to go to all the time, even though it's like a couple flights away. I've been wanting to go to the Bahamas. We've been talking about that a lot recently, like taking a cruise and going to the Bahamas. I would love to go to like that beach area that they have where you get to swim with the pigs. I think it's cute. So I normally don't like to go to places where it's like beachy and very hot because I went one year to the Dominican Republic and I just got completely sick the whole entire time. Plus, like it was extremely hot. And if you know me, I need to have my house at like 71 with the AC. I have a ceiling fan and a tower. So it's like we got to be cold. Kelcats 98. Are you in England? Are you in the UK? Where? Where are you located? So it still looks like they're talking about food in the live stream. Nobody has really posted anything yet about watching, you know, like Andor or anything like that. We still have not gotten a link to the Hasbro. We were just talking about swimming with the pigs the other day. Yeah, there's like this beach in the Bahamas where you get to swim with like little pigs. I think it's cute. I honestly would love a pet pot-belly pig, but I swear to God, if I brought that home, Craig would look at me like I'm a crazy person. would like to have one. So I don't know. I think when we move and get a bigger place, that is probably going to be one of the pets that I wish to own that I'm probably going to be sneaking into the house. Ooh, so somebody is complaining on the Star Wars Celebration page. So they were saying is that since we were talking earlier about merch, they're talking about that those that joined the queue before 5 a.m. found out that 500 people later from VIP, Lightspeed line, and accessibility queue were let in first. And the store had already sold out of fans, some coins, some shirts, most hoodies, and clothes above large. No one gets in who joins at 11. They sell out most things. Apparently, some will be restocked early in the afternoon. Pick is current t-shirt line, 80 inside the shop, and it's barely moving, and it takes longer as nobody knows what designs are in stock until they get to the front. Just let some expectations of day 2 shopping. So yeah, so it looks like people are getting upset about how the lines are working and stuff like that for merch. He can't be mad for long if you do get a pig. I do want a baby pig, like a little mini pig. But if I do get one, I kind of want to name it. I sound like a horrible person, but I kind of want to name him Lechon. So we're gonna manifest this. Ooh, guys. So announcement online. Currently the Mouse Droid MSE6, the Galactic Archive series. It is going to be available on the Disney website on May 4th at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So yeah, it's available to be bought. You guys don't have to wait, or you guys don't have to attend the parks to be able to buy it. All right, let's tune back in. Let's see if they're going to be bringing any.
Hey guys, I am on the show floor at the Rancho Obi-Wan booth, which
They're
is
doing
so
interviews again. So that means that they're just basically like derailing until like the next thing is popping up. So I'm just like seeing what else. Craig says, hi, guys. Let's see. So my buddy Nick Fulcrum. I'm telling everybody that I'm telling Flex, I'm telling Craig you said hi. So my buddy Nick Fulcrum is just finished Ando Piano. So basically he said it's amazing and he's not divulging any secrets. Cool. Yeah, so still no announcements on anything right now. Oh, wait a second. Okay, so Yakface just posted online that the Black Series Imperial Death Trooper helmet revealed pre-orders are actually going to be going live April 22nd at 1 p.m. And this is now going to be sold for $100. That's actually not a bad deal. Oh, that's sick. That's not a bad deal at all. But the lady on the stage did announce that it was coming up on the 18th. So she lied. All right, so we might be getting something going on right now. Let's put the volume back on. Who could it be? Who could it be? Nothing yet. Why? Why is Star Wars doing this to us? Why are they teasing us? Does anybody have plans for May the 4th? What are you guys doing? I know like a whole bunch of people are either going to be going to the park. I know a couple people are probably just going to be staying at home. They're going to be watching the movies all day. Just let me know what you guys are doing. I would love to get everybody's like insight and point of view. I know that for right now, I said that I was going to go to what is it called? I was going to go to the Lego store. I was going to pick up 2 Lego sets that I wanted. Then I also was going to go to GameStop to finally pick up my 501st Clone Trooper helmet, because apparently this is the shitty thing about GameStop. So like the one thing negative that I'll say about GameStop has the helmets already in store. Like I physically saw it in the store. I had it in my hands. And then they were like, oh no, we can't sell it to you right now because it's not available for it to be sold. We don't have a QR code for it or nothing. It's not available to be sold. So we cannot physically sell it to you. So they told me I have to come back on May the 4th. Mind you, I paid for it in full. It's already paid for, but they can't give it to me. So now I got to wait. Yeah, Flex. What is it called? George told me that all you guys were going to Galaxy's Edge. I told him that I may come. I don't know. I gotta figure stuff out because work's been insanely busy. You know, like you guys know, I work in the medical field, so work's been insane. May 4th is my son's birthday, but we do watch at least one Star Wars movie. Oh, that's so cute. Happy birthday. How old is your son gonna be? It'd be cool if he was turning 4 on May the 4th. Don't have any plans on May the 4th, but I got my ticket for Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary re-release. Yes, I'm actually going to go see Revenge of the Sith on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, I'm going to be going with my friends, and then Sunday, Craig and I are going to be going together. And I think on each of those days, I think I'm going to wear like a different cosplay for one. I'm definitely going to be Darth Vader in one, probably be Anakin in the other one. Yeah, dude, if I don't see you at Galaxy's Edge, definitely going to see you at Rebel Scum. I'm going to be there for that whole Friday, Saturday, and I'm going to be leaving Sunday morning. But yeah, dude, like we're definitely going to geek out and hang out at Rebel Scum. I'm definitely going to be there for sure. Tiara and I already got our hotel room. We're staying at the hotel for the physical con, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And I can't wait for you to see like how great that con is. Also, if you guys are in the Nashville area, I am going to be going for one day to ICC. I'm literally going to be doing the one thing that I told myself that I wasn't going to be doing anymore after what I experienced in Virginia. But you know me, I like excitement and thrill. But I'm going to go to ICC for one day. My flight's at like 6 in the morning and I'm supposed to get there like roughly around 8:30. The only thing that sucks is the hotel from the airport is about 30 minutes away. So I have to get an Uber because they do not have shuttle buses that drive you from the hotel, from the airport to the hotel. But you know, I spoke to somebody from ICC. They told me it's like a $20 Uber ride, which I'm okay with. And I'm going to get there early. I'm going to hang out with my buddies, Tony, Ricky, possibly see Toy Bills, possibly also see General Kenobi, maybe Dad Vader. But I know for a fact Tony and Ricky are going to be there. So we're going to be hanging out and just like overall having fun. But yeah, I'm going there to just get like 3 signatures, maybe possibly try to interview like maybe 1 or 2 celebrities. And then I got to leave there around 5 o'clock to make it to the airport and then fly home the same day. And you know what? I can't complain because that flight was $88 round trip. So I am saving money as opposed to staying there all weekend, which would have cost me like $900. So I am okay with that. All right, let's go back to the floor. We're about to not 4 anymore. He is a teenager, but still does everything with me. That's good. Take advantage of it now when your kids are still hanging out with you.
Pod racing. It is truly a dangerous sport.
I'm honestly like
Saw you
begging,
working on your pod last
praying
night.
that they're going to show me a Ahsoka panel.
Winning races is sort of my thing.
I really hope.
The Force is more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Follow me, and I will instruct you in its ways.
Incredible, Captain. How are you doing that?
Nice. Mahubs said that he will be home at 12 from work.
Hey kid, question.
You can watch me live
How are
stream.
you
Maybe
with
I'll
top
actually
secret
have
stuff?
him join the live stream once. You guys can ask him the most random Star Wars questions. This man literally tries his hardest to remember every character. And then I get so like annoyed because I've repeated it so many times. But at least like if I describe certain characters to him, he realizes who I'm talking about and he remembers their names. I'm still slightly coaching him like how to remember most of the Clone Wars characters. But
Our friends
after
over
like a
at
couple
ILM
people,
who
he
brought
just
us
taps
such
out.
greats as Vader Immortal, a Star Wars VR series, and Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge, probably my favorite thing in VR, recently announced their new upcoming mixed reality experience. Here to tell us more about Star Wars Beyond Victory is director Jose Perez III and executive producer Alyssa Finley. Welcome to the celebration.
Oh boy, what are we announcing?
So I've loved everything you've done.
Yes, he
Since
tried.
Vader
He
Immortal
tries
and
really
of
hard.
course Tales from the Galaxy's Edge has been so fun. Tell us a little bit about Beyond Victory and how it's different.
So Beyond Victory is a mixed reality experience, and we have 3 different modes that we have in this. So we have an adventure mode where you get to play as Volo Bolas, who's an up-and-coming pod racer, and gets taken under
I'm
the
sorry,
wing.
pod racing?
Did you say pod racing? Yes, I did.
Ooh!
If I say it again, do we get more? Just pod racing? And
Now
Volo-
you watch what gets the most applause. Now this is pod racing.
I was going to get there, but you beat me to it. That's fine. That's fine. Well, wait a minute. One of the characters in there, this might get some applause, that takes Volo under the wing is Sebulba.
I'm so excited. I get to
Now,
meet the
wait a
actor
minute.
who plays
You're
Sebulba
telling me that
at
we are getting
ICC,
trained
so that's
by
definitely going to
Sebulba?
be
It's been
exciting
like
to
22
meet.
years since that horrible accident that jerk kid, did back then, and so now it's a new
Honestly,
world.
unfair. He cheated.
Who, Sebulba or Anakin?
Anakin. Not allowed to use the Force. Come on.
Interesting theory. So we have 3 different modes in it. So we've got like a cool story adventure mode where you get to go through and really get to experience like kind of full on virtual reality and some mixed reality. And then we have an arcade mode where you get to drive around pod racers on this cool holo table. And we have a thing that we're not showing too much of yet, which is called Playset, where you actually get to play with some really cool virtual action figures in our future world that we live in.
Oh,
Amazing.
wow.
So this up and coming pod racer, tell us about Volo Bolus and what they're about.
Volo is a kid who's growing up under the reign of the Empire. He's having a hard time. They're having a hard time, and they are trying to figure out what to do. So they're working for a garage, fixing pod racers. And one day Sebulba walks in and is like, hey, you need a mentor? So
Wow.
opportunity knocks, right?
That is a uniquely generous moment from Sebulba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems a little shady, maybe.
Seems maybe like there's something else going on there.
Might be.
Okay.
Volo's pretty naive, and is dealing with a lot of grief in the story. We have a free comic book at the MetaQuest booth. If you go over there, that you can check out and see that. And so that grief and that naivety, that's a word.
Yeah.
Naivete is something that definitely comes into play when Sebulba shows up and starts helping them along their journey.
Yeah. Now you said, this has been 22 years, so that puts
About,
us roughly in the era of Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
Tell me what made you set it right around there, and why is kind of name checking Solo an important thing for this?
I think it's really more about the reign of the Empire, and that's the era that we're in. And so it's just that idea of you've got these everyday people that are struggling, being oppressed by this horrible empire, and have a garage that's falling apart. And so, all of these things come together to have this kid that can get swept away with some people that, might not be the best, and see how that all turns out.
Okay. And now when you say mixed reality, for people who are unfamiliar, what does mixed reality mean, and how is that different from sort of traditional VR?
So when you're in VR and you're in the world, you are there.
I
You,
honestly
Darth
cannot
Vader,
do any of
together.
these VR things.
I tried to hold his hand.
I know.
I think
I
this movie, I'm
have a
constantly
feedback.
looking
I
at
have feedback
screens
for
all
you
day,
as
but
developers.
I
If you can
can't-
make it in the next Vader, if you do another Vader Immortal, if I could
Put
just
it
hold his
on.
hand,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
I know, like, I got
In
the
Beyond
VR
Victory,
thing
we do
years
use-
They ignored
ago.
it. That's
just
fine.
ignored
Like,
it.
the
Yeah,
lightsaber one, like,
No,
you
I'm
put
filing
the-
that away for sure. Yeah.
So you're saying you want us
It's
to
like
make
you
the
put your
Darth
cell
Vader
phone
hand
into the
holding
device. I
simulator
still have the
next?
box. I got it as a gift from my mom a while
People
back.
have spoken.
The people have
And I
spoken.
think I've used it
Yeah, take
twice,
notes.
and it
I
went
see you
back
all
in the
down there.
box,
Take
and
some
I've
notes.
never
Write 'em
used
down.
it since.
I have one
It's
job.
literally been collecting dust in my collection.
To make that.
So
for you.
thank you. No, but so the mixed reality thing.
So when you're in full VR,
Yeah.
and we do have
Yeah,
full
see,
VR
I
in Beyond
agree. It
Victory,
makes
we
me
use it for
dizzy.
the biggest cutscenes, the biggest moments. You're in there. You see everything. You are living in that world. When you're in mixed reality, we let you have this thing called a holo table. It's basically a play space. You can make it the size you want it to be. You can see your action figures walking around your living room, but you can also see the world. You can see everybody else. You can see your dog.
Right.
So it integrates.
By the way, guys, I got
the
this
play into
adorable
your
water
space
bottle.
in a way that I think is really powerful and
pink,
lets us
toy-
really play with some storytelling in ways we haven't done before.
Well, I think what was interesting to me is when I kind of looked
think-
at it, the holotable thing is great because it really is like if you grew up with
It's cute.
kind of
It
slot
has
cars
all the
or
characters
remote
on
control
it, and then it
cars
has
or something like that,
lightsabers
you
indicating
have
and
this
telling
like
you
space that you can make
when
as
it's
big or
time
as
for you
small
to
as you
drink.
want
So
to race those things around on.
with
But
the
you
cute
also
edition
have
added,
ways,
plus
and
they
this I
sent
think
me
is
over
so
like a whole bunch
important.
of stuff. So I was very
Other people
appreciative that
can
they sent
see
me
what's
stuff.
going on. It's not just you in this helmet playing by yourself. And you have ways for like other people to stand around and see this table too.
Yeah, you can like cast to a screen. So while you're sitting there playing with these virtual toys and this virtual holo table, other people can kind of see and experience that. It's one of the reasons we call it a play set. For me, it's like when I think about this project is when I was a kid in the 80s, you'd like go to the movie, you'd get this really cool story, then you'd hit up the arcade, you'd do some arcade stuff, then you'd go home and play with your toys and get ready to go back to the movie again.
Right.
And it's just taking that same concept and like, how do you do that in this weird future world? And being ILM, it's always about like, how do we push on this stuff and try to do something we've never done before? And so, yeah.
It's really fascinating. It does have an almost party game mode to it. I saw that there are like people over at your booth that are like screaming and shouting when people are pulling off cool things
Oh,
in
yeah.
the pod. And that's just not something that you
they
can
just
get. Like
announced
VR is great for a million things, but it's very cool to be able to be
Ahsoka
in a
season
room with
2
other
starts
people and not
filming
feel
in
like you're
4
closed
days.
off.
Yeah.
It's
Well, and the
8
arcade mode has like a
episodes like
leaderboard
before.
and stuff. And so it's like people are trying to get to first and you're trying to get the high score. And that's there's always a lot of excitement when you're like, I'm about to win, and that one pod racer goes "Meow," and just like zips past you. So yeah.
Amazing. So if people want to get their hands on this and they're here at Celebration, where can they do that?
Hall 4, booth 20-5. And we do have a free Celebration exclusive comic book if you come by.
There you go. If you want a pod racing comic, that's where to go get it. And then do we know when everybody else is going to be able to get their hands on this?
One of these days.
One of these days, baby.
Still working on it.
Hold on. This stuff takes a while. You know what I mean? It looks amazing. I cannot wait to jump in and check out this new high-paced experience. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please stop by the I-11 MetaQuest booth if you're here to get a closer look. I appreciate you all coming by. This looks awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I want to
It's definitely something I am definitely not gonna get. So I got people on Instagram hitting me up saying, for the price, this is gorgeous. I'll probably got it. Yeah, that Death Trooper helmet, if they're accurately saying that the price is going to be $100, that price is phenomenal. My friend Jenny keeps messaging me saying, like, we need to get this helmet. It's worth it. And I don't know if you guys saw, like, I did a video vlog the other day, or I did like a cute Instagram reel where I was like showcasing all the helmets that I own. That, what you guys saw, isn't even the majority of my collection that I have. I love Star Wars helmets. I think they make a fine addition to your collection. And I'll probably be dropping a video probably tomorrow, like a reel. But most of my collection that I have in my toy room, everything is like colors. I like it to be very bright, and it makes it pop. It just makes the room just look so bright. And I went the other day and like updated my helmet collection. I like to rotate stuff around because I can only fit 4 in the 3 rows that I have right now. So I have 12 helmets. So I said to myself, like, for the next like month or two, I'm going to start like rotating the helmets around just so you guys can see all the different ones that I have. But yeah, that Death Trooper is definitely going to come into my collection. I need that for sure. I hopefully one day would like to own almost every trooper type of helmet. I would like to own almost every Mandalorian helmet. I actually did customize one. I bought one of the Death Trooper, or what is it? The Death Watch Mandalorian helmet. And then I repainted it. And then I had a buddy of mine 3D print the side piece scope for me. And I was able to make a Paz Vizsla helmet that I actually had Tate Fletcher. I was actually going to gift it to Tate Fletcher when I met him. And he ended up signing it and telling me, like, no, keep it. I want you to keep it in your collection. And yeah, it was just great to get that sign. One of my favorite helmets that I own is the Ahsoka 501st clone helmet. That one's beautiful. But yeah, there's just so many helmets that I have in my collection that I absolutely adore. So hopefully we get something very soon. It's 11, so it's actually 1 o'clock there. So we should be getting some news soon about the Ahsoka panel. How many do you think you have? The last time I counted, I had over like 60 something helmets. At the time I made a mistake. I had bought from a company that I thought was making just like beautiful freaking helmets. And then eventually I found out that this company was actually, I don't know if it's true or not, because I've seen so many people buy from them, but this company was just making, like, they were stealing, I guess, somebody's copies on making these helmets. So I ended up stopped buying from them. I eventually started going back and buying Black Series helmets. But I have had some really good friends make me some custom ones too. I do have in the works my really good friend Papa Nerds, who made me my McQuarrie Vader. we're making I'm not even going to say the name of the helmet, but we're making a helmet. It's going to be one of my cosplay helmets as well. But I will say one hint, it is part of the Mandalorian clan. So that's all I'm going to say about it. But it's going to be a very sleek, beautiful helmet. So, all right. Let's go back. Hopefully they start talking about Ahsoka.
Our next guest is a man of many talents. A representative of Naboo, a Jedi, Grogu's rescuer, and recently even a Sith Lego minifigure. Seriously, he is the best at everything. Give a big welcome to Ahmed Best.
Everything's gonna be all right.
Guys, I got to meet Ahmed Best at Rebel Scum. I was in shock that he let me interview him for about 5 minutes. And it was, when I tell you, one of the biggest highlights ever in my life. It was the biggest highlight ever in my life. And he gave the most iconic answer ever. I asked him what it was like to be a
Saturday
Jedi.
celebration.
What would you
Day
say,
2,
Jedi
we
or
made it.
Sith? And he gave the most iconic response.
Love you. Thank you. You guys are the best.
Oh, I see a lot of goos in the audience, a lot of little Grogu's, a lot of little
lot of
rescued
Grogu's.
younglings.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
It's my guy.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I've had dreams that started like this. I was definitely less clothed though.
Amazing.
Try to make that real a little later. What's happening?
Oh, Ahmed, it is so good to see you. We're so happy to have you here on the live stage.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's great to be here. It's great to be here amongst the family of Star Wars fans.
You know what makes me sad is the fact
Community.
that this man got
And you have
ridiculed
been a
so
part of that
much for
family
years
for many
for
years now.
playing Jar
Yeah,
Jar.
for a lot of
And
years.
now
for a
he's
lot of
like
years.
one of the most
I'm
beloved
going to say just 20 plus
characters,
because it is
actors.
the 20th of Revenge of the Sith.
It is, yes.
And of course, we all know you as Jar Jar from The Phantom Menace. But
Yes.
you also were in Revenge of the Sith.
I was, yeah.
Yes. Do you
Yeah.
want to share any memories from that specific film?
Yeah, you know, I feel like all of the Star Wars trilogies, it's like a weird high school reunion. Every time we see each other, we just kind of all clump together. And, you know, these movies take so long to make because of all the VFX. So we all have to like go away for a couple of years and then we come back. So coming back to do Sith was wonderful just to get to see everybody again. And at that time, like a lot of the guesswork for Jar Jar was already figured out. So I had to do a lot less. So it was actually really weird for me to just like be there and be the actor, and I didn't have to like run around ILM back and forth all day long.
You're like, this is too easy. I'm not.
Yeah,
even
it was
doing any
a little. I
jumping
was like,
jacks or
wait, where's all of the people that are supposed to surround me and take all of these pictures?
no backflips, no nothing.
No back. I was just Senator Binks by
That's
then.
right. You were very dignified
I
in
was
Revenge
very
of the Sith.
bureaucratic.
Yes. All right. Besides Jar Jar Binks, I mean, we could talk about Jar Jar all day.
Yes,
We could chant
we
about
can.
Jar Jar all day. We love Jar Jar,
Thank
but more recently, you've also stepped into the Jedi robes as Master Kelleran Beck.
Yes. That was fun.
Another absolute favorite for this crowd. I can hear it.
Yes, yes.
Tell me a little bit about being on the ground to help build that character where he first appeared in Jedi Temple Challenge.
Yeah, Jedi Temple Challenge was this very wonderful show that we did back before, you know, the lockdowns for COVID.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful because it was a kid show. And I had always dreamed about being a talk show host. That's like one of my secret fantasies. Like I've always wanted to be a talk show host.
You can come up here and be a talk
And then,
show host.
and then I wanted to be like a game show host, right? Because I grew up in kind of like the golden age of game shows. And so when I was approached to do Jedi Temple Challenge, I jumped at it and I loved it. And they were just like, and you get to create your own Jedi. And that's like my wheelhouse because the Jedis have always been my favorites. And I've always wanted to be a Jedi because of like, I grew up a martial artist. I've been doing martial arts all my life. And I always wanted to do like martial arts in Star Wars. And so when they were just like, oh, you get to be a Jedi and you get to create your Jedi, I jumped at the chance. And so I created Kelleran Beck. And I created Kelleran Beck to be like really layered as a character with a backstory. But my biggest thing about Kelleran was like, there have been a lot of reluctant Jedi teachers in Star Wars, right? Like Obi-Wan was a bit of a reluctant teacher to teach Luke. Yoda was reluctant to teach Luke as well.
I think that's a Luke problem, honestly.
It's yeah, it might be. It might be something about Luke. He was just a tough student. He was too old. And but also just like in Phantom, right? There was always this thing about teaching Anakin, right? So the Jedi kind of came off this, so it's like, I don't know. I wanted Kelleran to be like really excited about being a teacher. I am a teacher. I love teachers, and teachers were always to me superheroes.
Shout out to teachers,
right? And I've always revered teachers as superheroes. Here are these people who come in every day and they take care of your children and they educate your children. And I wanted Kelleran to be an honor to all of the teachers because I believe that teachers need a superhero. So I really wanted to make sure that he wasn't a reluctant teacher. And anytime he saw a new Padawan come in, that was his calling. Like, even though he could like probably beat everybody in the Jedi Temple, really bringing up and raising Jedis was his passion in life. And so that's what I brought to Jedi Temple Challenge. And that's why I loved that show.
And I remember seeing you on set and just how just obviously viscerally happy you were in those Jedi robes.
I loved it. I loved every minute of it. But what was really exciting, like, it's being in a Star Wars movie is like nothing that you could imagine. It's like a really special thing. And when you walk onto a Star Wars set, it's unbelievable because here's this thing that you dream about doing. You never think that you would do it. And then you're there and then you walk on and it's this world.
I honestly feel like Ahmad Best
I must have looked ridiculous on day one of Phantom Menace because there's this mouth hanging open like, I can't believe I'm here. When we did Jedi Temple Challenge, those sets were so good that every time a young person walked onto that set, you saw that same look. And they were just like, I can't believe I was in Star Wars. And it touched me so much that it was just that joy was infectious.
Oh.
And I was just really happy to see these young people step onto this set and have that kind of excitement.
Yeah, no, it's just a
Exactly.
brilliant set.
He never
Love that you
deserved to
stepped
get
into
the
a game
hate
show
that
and,
he did.
tried something new.
It's really
And
sad.
then, it seems like it's a relatively short production cycle for a game show. So, almost as soon as you put on the robes,
And that's why I said, like,
that season had been filmed.
Star Wars
you were
fans,
on to the
like,
next
we
thing.
need to learn from
And
his
then
mistakes. Like,
Kelleran Beck
don't
wasn't
sit
done
here
with you
and
yet.
bully people.
No,
And you weren't done
no.
with
like,
Kelleran.
look
I
what
was not
happened
done with Kelleran Beck.
to,
So John Favreau and Dave Filoni
like, look what happened to Jake Lloyd.
We know
Look what happened
them.
to Ahmad. Like, this is these are
couple
people.
of upstarts. I don't know if you know those guys. One of these days they'll make something of themselves, those two. So they called me, and I've known Filoni for a long time because of Clone Wars. I did Clone Wars with Filoni. And John Favreau I had never met before, but I was such a huge fan, like from Swingers to Iron Man to all of the stuff that he's ever done. Like, I was a huge fan. I even like that movie. Did you ever see that movie where he played like a gangster / bouncer? I think it was called like Made or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was like
called
this
Made.
obscure movie that nobody liked. It was like him and Vince Vaughn. I loved it. So I was a big fan of John Favreau. So when I got the call, they were like, you want to talk? And I was like, yes, I definitely want to talk. So I went there and to their office, and they were just like, yeah, we want you to be in season 3 of Mando. And I was like, great. Like, what am I going to do? And they were just like, we want you to save baby Grogu.
Guys, I
And then
remember
was like,
watching that
It's about time.
at 3 a.m.
There's no
getting
more
ready for
difficult
work.
job.
Yeah.
I feel like in the galaxy than saving
How
baby
loud I
Grogu.
screamed.
Yeah, it was
Mind
pretty
you, I
great.
had
I
just
mean,
started dating
the
Greg, and I had
question
slept
mark
over
of
his
Baby
house,
Grogu,
and
who
I
saved him and how
warned
did he
him and
get
was like,
to
"Hey,
Mando
the
has always
Mandalorian's
been like
out.
lurking.
Like, I
And
hope you
even
don't
I
mind,
had that question.
like
And then
hearing,
there were all of
you know,
these
like you
fan
hear the
theories going
TV,
on.
but I'll
And then
put
when I
on my
got the call,
AirPods
I
and
was
watch
just
it
like,
on my
really?
phone."
You want me to do this?
He
And
said
they're
that
like, yeah.
all he
And we
literally
want you to
heard
have
me
like the
was
coolest 5 minutes in
squealing, and like
Mandalorian history.
he could hear I was
And I was like,
sniffling
I'm
really
in.
because
Let's
I was
go.
crying so hard because I finally get to see a mod
Amazing.
redeem
And
himself.
just recently we learned, I think just yesterday actually, that Master Kellerbeck is going to have a Marvel comic moment pretty soon.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
That
you
one
really-
is super special. You know, I grew up a Marvel Comics fan. That was my comic book. I mean, it was like 10 titles a week, Marvel Comics. I just loved it and I love them all. I really love how Marvel just ties all of the comics together in this universe. And when I heard that Kelleran was going to be a part of Marvel, I was like, here is a character that I created, came out of my head, and resonated so much with the fans that Marvel Comics felt it was good to have him as a character in their books. And now it's like everything that I imagined in my childhood is coming true. I honestly, it's really, I can't believe it.
Yeah. No, and I love that for you because you deserve all of the greatest things. We're trying to get through your whole resume, and I can't even do it all because I know we skipped at least one character from Attack of the Clones. But most recently, you also got to make another headcanon dream of mine and a lot of other folks come true by voicing Darth Jar Jar.
Yeah. So that was a thing. You know, that one, I always liked this Darth Jar Jar theory.
Same.
That was going around. You know what the funniest thing is? Like, people come up to me and go, "Have you heard this Darth Jar Jar?" And it's like, how could I not have heard? It's everywhere. But I usually say, no, tell me about it. What is this thing? But I always wanted to explore this whole Darth Jar Jar thing, right? And so when Rebuild the Galaxy came about, I was just like, oh, this is just absolutely perfect. This is the best way to like explore Darth Jar Jar and really like start talking about him. And so I was really excited to be a part of it. And I got to do a whole bunch of like comedy ad-libbing while we were doing it, which is like my thing. I just loved it. It was wonderful.
Is there a line that you remember you improv that's in the
Yeah,
season?
a lot of them. I
Oh,
am
yeah?
like, but the I am the Phantom Menace. I've always been the Phantom Menace was totally improv, and it's
Love it.
something that I've been meaning to say for over 20 years.
That's great. And when we last saw Darth Jar Jar,
Yeah,
things didn't seem to end so well for poor guy.
yeah. I was very despondent about that. Yeah, I mean, Darth Jar Jar came in and made such an entrance, and then had a great fight, and then all of a sudden crushed. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Does that mean I'm out of a job?
I feel like, having just gone through your resume, you'll never be out of a job. I think there's always going to be
Jeez, I hope
some
not.
amazing new thing for you on the horizon.
Yeah,
I hope,
yeah.
especially in the Star Wars galaxy. But I think we actually have a message here to show the fans.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
All right,
so.
let's take a look.
Can we
What's
roll
the
it?
message? Let's see.
Hello, Star Wars Celebration Japan. It's Dan Hernandez. And I'm Benji Samit. We're the showrunners, writers, and executive producers of LEGO Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. We've been asked, what's next for Sig, Yessi, and Jedi Bob? Will there be more Darth Jar Jar? Star Wars Celebration fans were excited to announce that their story will continue.
As a lifelong LEGO builder, I wanted to reveal the all-new title, Brick by Brick. Take a look.
Are any of you guys picking up any of the Lego sets on May the 4th? And which one?
Yes.
Yes.
Rebuild the Galaxy Season 2.
Pieces of the past. What could that mean? So Sig Riebling and Dark Dev are back for Pieces of the Past.
Yes.
What can you tell us about this, Ahmed? I feel like you're keeping a lot of secrets from me here.
I cannot confirm nor deny what Secrets of the Past is going to be for the next season, but you will definitely see some familiar faces.
Oh boy.
There will be some characters that you know and love.
All right, keep your
in
secrets.
Rebuild the Galaxy.
I believe we also brought along a new poster to share. Is that right?
Yes. Yes, there's a new poster.
Let's see it.
There it is.
Ooh, all right. All right. It's a lot going on. We've got,
There's a Chewie there.
there's a giant Chewie, brick-built Chewie.
It's a
Jackson.
giant brick Ahsoka.
Where are my Jackson fans at?
Jackson, yeah.
All right. All right. Yes. Sig has an orange lightsaber, I see. That's amazing.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, is that a Brickhead's Ahsoka?
Yeah.
I do believe that is a Brickhead's Ahsoka.
That's a brickheaded Ahsoka.
And I do believe that there's going to be somebody returning to the Star Wars
High
animated
bounty hunter in
world
real life.
as
Yo,
Brickhead's
this is the way.
Ahsoka.
Yo, back.
Someone we know? Someone we love?
I think it's someone we both know and love. Shall we bring them out?
Ashley, please tell me it's Ashley.
Ladies and gentlemen, and Star Wars fans from around the world, our Brickhead's Ahsoka is Ashley Eckstein.
Yes!
Come on out, Ashley.
Oh, I love that for her.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Oh my God, thank you. I love you too.
I actually own this brickhead Ahsoka. I've never taken her out of the box. She has been sealed. She has been sitting in my collection for, I want to say, 4 years now.
Oh my gosh.
It's like a Clone Wars reunion.
I know it is. It is. Oh, thank you. I love you too. I have to tell you, I was backstage. I was so nervous.
Oh, no, why?
You know what? When I got the call that I was going to be returning as Ahsoka, I cried.
Yeah.
I've missed her so much. Thank you. I've missed you all so much. And this has really been a dream come true. I am such a huge fan of Lego. Such a huge fan. I have so many of these Ahsoka brickheads, and now I get to voice her.
Oh, Ashley, you're going to make me cry if you start crying. So it's going to domino.
Everybody stop crying.
Everybody's going to start
We're
crying
all
if Ashley starts
crying.
crying. That's what's going to happen. But Ashley, we
I'm
love
not
you. We're
crying.
so
Thank
happy to
you.
have you back here. We're so happy to have you on the live stage. What can you tell us about coming back to voice Brickhead's Ahsoka?
Oh, she was so much fun. I had so much fun in the studio with the Lucasfilm animation team and Dan and Benji. It's such a fun story. Obviously, there's no spoilers here. But you know what I love about Ahsoka's storyline in this? And it's such a good representation of Ahsoka
I'm so
because
happy for
you know,
Ashley.
last time I think I was on this stage, I talked about how Ahsoka lives in all of us. And we've really made Ahsoka's story our own story. We've experienced Star Wars for an entire generation through Ahsoka's eyes. And I think we've all played with Ahsoka. Like we've literally created our own story through Ahsoka. And that's what this story is about. But you know what? There's so much heart in Brickhead Ahsoka, and we're all going to relate to her. Ahsoka lives in all of us. You're going to love it.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Thank you. Hi.
And Ashley, you mentioned working with Dan and Benji on Rebuild the Galaxy. Do you have any favorite memories from being in the recording booth for this one?
You know, I got to just have fun. I think, you know, you were talking about this, how you were ad-libbing. It really is
Nightflex, love
a mix
you.
of me is Ashley and Ahsoka. Because what a lot of people might not know, I was cast as Ahsoka to be myself. So especially Clone Wars Ahsoka is me. I mean, Dave and Henry, and they just said, just be yourself, use your own voice, your own personality. And Dan and Benji did the same. They were like, just bring yourself to this Ahsoka. What would you say? How would you say it? And we had so much fun. It was like going back to 2006 when I first started recording Ahsoka. And I was able to step right in, step back into her boots and just have the best time.
She never leaves you.
For sure.
She doesn't. She's a piece of my heart and soul.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Dan and Benji are just two of the most open, generous creators of anything Star Wars, and they are huge Star Wars nerds. Like they love everything about it. They know everything about it, and they're one of us, you know, which makes working with them just so wonderful.
Absolutely. All right, this is such a love fest. I hate to break it up here, but I have to ask I gotta ask a question. Darth Jar Jar has a red lightsaber. Ahsoka has her lightsabers. Who would win in a lightsaber match between Darth Jar Jar and Brickhead's Ahsoka?
Ooh.
We're crowdsourcing.
I think, I don't know if we
voting.
can answer this question unless you. I mean, Ashley believes she has an answer. Uh-oh.
Well, you know what? Since we're building our own galaxy here,
Yeah, we'll rebuild the galaxy.
they wouldn't fight. They would
Exactly.
team up.
They would team up, Ashley?
Yes.
Yeah. No
Is
losers.
Darth Jar Jar going good, or is Brickhead's
Jar
Ahsoka
Jar
going bad?
might break good. Who knows?
Oh.
And turn
All
into
right.
a force ghost.
Hey, this is our own canon here. We're gonna leave the storyline to Dan and Benji, but Ahmed and Ashley, we would team up.
Definitely.
I believe it. I believe it. And I love Rebuild the Galaxy because it's just a mixed up, crazy storyline. It's just like playing with your Lego at home and just so much fun to continue with Star Wars Rebuild
Damn,
the
that
Galaxy.
means I need
Pieces
to
of
buy
the
another
Past.
Brickhead
I can't wait. It's coming out
Ashley.
on September 19th.
Another
Thank you both so much
September
for stopping
19th.
by. This was
Yeah.
such a delight.
Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. Don't go away. We're building more Star Wars Celebration Live brick by brick, and you won't want to miss it.
Oh, that was amazing. I love how you guys are still here hanging out. How are you guys not tired? I'm exhausted. Maybe because Skynet upgraded me to stay up on your live until it ends, in which I will shut down. I had a nap earlier. I have not napped. I'm surprised I'm still awake. Also, I think I'm still awake because I had like a whole canister this big of like espresso martinis, and I actually made real espresso. So I've been drinking that the whole entire time. I can't believe Ashley is back. Like, that's insane. Ugh. My friends are at the panel for Ahsoka.
Whatever he's having.
I hope he says so. I'm really hoping now, because this is on a break, we're actually going to get the Ahsoka panel streams. Like, let's hope for this, guys. I literally am gonna be in shambles.
Here, at least for the next hour, if not the whole day, because it's going to be like a Taylor Swift concert in here, everybody. Our friends at Control are going to be controlling the colors of these lightsabers. All you have to do is take it out of the plastic, give the button one click, and it'll
I keep hoping we get to see the panel. Yeah, you and me both. Trust me. I'm hoping that they're doing this little break here and we get to see the panel. Like, I'm really hoping for that. That's all I wanted. And honestly, like, if I went to Celebration, that's the only panel I was going to be attending.
I came with you to be part of something. The Empire cannot
have to go to the bathroom. Really quick. So guys, do not leave. I'm gonna run real quick. I'm literally streaming for almost 3 hours.
Flames, it will burn
I'm hoping.
very brightly.
All right, I'm gonna come right back, guys.
If I'm giving up everything, I want to win. We have to. We must stand together. We will be crushed.
Resistance is absurd.
It's a weapon. They're building a weapon. The monster will come for us all.
Revolution is not for the saying. You're right here, and you're ready to fight.
There's a future here for those who dare. Welcome to the rebellion.
Methodical, polished, ambitious, and sharply dressed. These two are making moves within the Empire and share one goal: take down Cassian Andor. Terrifying on the screen, but absolutely delightful in real life. Please welcome Denise Goff and Kyle Soller.
All right, guys, I am back. I'm proud of myself. Like, I didn't break the seal that bad. Pulled everything together.
Oh my goodness, it's wonderful to have you back at Celebration.
Oh my God, thank you so much. This is so overwhelming.
It's big this year, huh?
Yeah.
You took it up to
And
11.
it's in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I keep getting people
We don't
asking
do things by
me
halves. This
No.
is
why I
intense.
didn't go to
we certainly do
Celebration.
not. We
And
certainly do not. Do you know how mad Tony
No.
would be if we did things
some
by
of you
halves?
guys follow
Well,
me,
exactly.
you know,
We don't
last year
wanna
was a
let him
very
down. So
bad
the
year.
original
My nephew was
emperor.
Yeah,
killed.
so I believe the last time
And
we spoke, you know,
I had
the
to
first
set
season
aside
had
certain
premiered. People had
priorities that I
seen
needed
things.
to do
But now
to
this,
be
you
with
know,
my
you're talking
family.
about how kind of
and
nervous you are. It's
to,
because now you guys are here with something to show off that
you know,
isn't out yet.
life happens.
And what's that energy like?
I mean,
it's
a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
my
thing
answer.
is,
That's why I didn't go to
Genevieve was saying
Celebration.
earlier, we do feel like we're
And
sitting
I
on
sold
a
my
diamond.
tickets,
I can't wait to show
and
people.
I sold a couple things to be able
what has been
to
made, and just really
put it
hope
towards
that
my brother's
everybody loves it as
GoFundMe
much as we
account.
do, because we really do
I'll
love
pay
it.
for
right?
my
feels
flight so I can be
incredibly
able to go to my
special.
nephew's
Yeah.
But it
funeral.
also feels like it's moving Star Wars into completely
But
new
yeah,
territory.
it was just a mixture of stuff like
Yeah.
that. Plus,
I mean,
you know, have a couple other
what
things
Tony and
coming up
Diego
this
have
year.
achieved in
So
Rogue One is
trust
then
me,
just
I'm
turned up in season 1.
in
and
FOMO,
season 2
but
is honestly,
I will definitely celebrate
when I watched it back, I
the
was
following year because I think they're doing now a
hit by
2-year
a
gap.
juggernaut sucker punch. I
Yeah.
mean, it's huge.
It's really good that it's not all coming out at once, because I did it 12 hours in a row. And that was a lot.
So
I
feels
think
like it would be an
it's-
intense binge watch.
It's
yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
actually
no.
too much. Oh my God, Kyle, look, somebody has a towel.
Whoa,
with you
that's
on
a
it.
Kyle towel.
Oh my God.
And they got Kyle
and Kyle
fans.
heads. Yes.
I'm
Somebody
gonna
gave
need one
me
of those.
Listen, we could meet up with Kyle afterwards because he'd like
I
to take that
love
home.
Oh
that.
my God, that's
This is so
incredible.
good.
It's completely
Who's got
normal.
things of me? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, I do want to talk about this
Thanks,
because
Vicente, I
you know,
appreciate that.
so many great characters in Andor. It's such a wonderful. I think one of the things that is wonderful about it is such a character-centered,
feel like
character
you're
first
not
piece.
going
And your two characters were
get the
big
Ahsoka
breakouts
panel.
for people, and are.
Don't know what that says about you guys. So much.
Well, that's the thing. It's not normally characters that we feel very complicated about, right?
Yeah.
We look at the Empire, we look at Imperials, and sometimes we love them because they're kind of Machiavellian and larger than life, and sometimes we hate them. But it's very rare to feel sorry for an Imperial officer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's going to change, I think.
The time is supposed to be at.
You can
Well,
forget about
everybody
that
right
right
now
now.
is at
Yeah,
the panel.
totally.
They're waiting
But
for it to start.
you'll
So
get
I don't know
some
if maybe
nice-
it's
I get
going to
some
be after
feels.
this
Yeah,
You'll
interview.
get some feels.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well,
you
he's just trying. He's
No.
just trying to impress his mom, really.
ultimately, at the end of the day, he loves his mother.
He loves his mom. And how bad can he
He's a
be
good
if
boy.
he loves his mom?
He's a good boy.
Really. Can I say something? This isn't on the cards, but it's very interesting for me. Is it fair to say that your two characters are just like the ickiest couple in Star Wars? They're just like so icky.
There's a funky weird.
Yeah.
I think there's a new term we need to come up with in the
Weird.
dictionary. Yeah, weird,
Like
funky weird. They're really
funky weird.
funkily
They're
weird.
not
Yeah.
funky weird.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
just
individually, I'm kind of like I
like
I
a
hate them in measures. I
creepy,
feel badly
sexy
for them in
ass.
measures. And then every time they're together, I'm like, no, no, no.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think us too, like when there's a scene that we were shown the other day where they're somewhere together and they're just sort of looking at each other. And even as actors, we're like, what are they doing? Like he does the weirdest things. Like
Is it
his
the
eyes, he
cringiest
does
couple
all
in the
this kind of
galaxy?
talking with his eyes.
Pretty sure.
But then the smile, it's some weird smile that you give her. But we
Well,
weirded each other out.
yeah.
didn't
Yeah,
we?
yeah.
It was really good.
We had
You-
a silent competition. It was
Yeah.
just kind of like, what can I bring to it today that'll
Yeah.
make you break?
Yeah.
There was a lot of laughing.
There was a lot of breaking.
Well, I mean, there has to be because you two are such lovely people. You're people. You know what I mean? You're humans at the end of the day. And your two characters are just like really almost trying to outdo each other in how bad they can get.
Yeah.
You know? And so I imagine you have to break.
Yeah, we broke a lot. I just think he's so, like, honestly, I just think he's so brilliant. There's times when, especially in this season, he does there's some really insane twists and he'd be coming
Name 3 of
towards
them.
me. I can't. I'm
No.
not allowed. Tony is literally backstage.
Tony will fire
But he
you.
does things that I
Oh,
can't help
thank
but be
you.
like, oh my God, look at what Kyle's doing. So there's like, I get to be an audience and in the character, it's just, it's great. Getting
Yeah.
to work with good people is a real treat.
Oh, then everybody seems like absolutely amazing and just
Yeah.
top of their game. I do want to shout out, by the way, since we're talking about people at the top of their
Guys,
game.
for all of
Catherine
you who have been
Hunter,
hanging out with
who
me
plays
all
your
fucking
mother.
night.
Oh
you
my
guys
God.
are
I mean, right?
We're,
Right,
I am
right.
definitely
I
going to
mean,
be doing this
Catherine-
again
Catherine
tomorrow.
is not so much of a well-kept secret anymore, but
Yeah.
you know, in England, she is a dame.
Yeah, she's a legend.
Yeah, I mean, she's a living legend.
Yeah.
And what she achieves with Edie is,
Yeah,
I think,
Star Wars
nothing short of
Celebration is a lot of
magnificent. And
fun,
then
but the
when
thing is, you
plop
guys have to mentally
Edie
prepare yourself
into
that it's
Cyril
going to be
and
a lot of
Dedra's hermetically
standing,
sealed,
walking, waiting,
weirdo, funky
hoping and
apartment.
praying
And
that
she
you're
just
able to
swans
obtain
in
certain
and
merches
blows
that
the
you
place
want,
up with her
hoping and praying
weirdness.
that you're able to get certain panels that you want. So,
scene
like, I highly
of this
recommend having
dinner party
multiple
from hell
computers
was
and trying to
probably
get tickets
well
for
one
it.
of the like top 3 things.
But
Yeah,
like
for
I said,
sure.
I'm hoping
And
and
it's
praying that
early
this is
on,
going to be
so it's like
happening in
before things
Orlando.
get super dark, you get to
when they make the
see
next
the kind of
announcement
weird
for it.
domestic
I think
meet
it's
the
either going to be
mother-in-law
probably
scene.
next year or 2 years.
And she
from
comes
now.
in like
No, it's-
entirely dressed in color, and Dedra is like, "What is going on?"
She's spilling
She
her stuff
touches- yeah.
everywhere. She's eating everything.
Yeah.
She's dripping stuff everywhere, and she's just like,
Brilliant.
deal with it.
Yeah, so good.
You've inherited me now.
Yeah. Yeah, but
So good.
Dedra figures it out.
Yeah. And I mean, Dedra, Dedra's sort of journey too. Like if Cyril's sort of, both characters have this thing that is both their ambition and the thing that is holding them back, right? Cyril's mother he wants his mother to love him, but she is clearly just a destructive force in his life.
Yeah.
And for Dedra, that's the Empire.
Yeah, totally. And also, what you're seeing is like someone who's indoctrinated. Dedra has been brainwashed from a very young age that the Empire is the one true power, and she can't see outside of that. And actually, it's quite tragic because to live that way, neither of these characters have an example of love or intimacy in the way that, Cassian has Marva in the
Yes.
first season, literally telling him what love is and showing him what love is. Neither of these people have access to that. And so I think it's really, you really see the effect of
the way that these people
growing
have
up that
no
way. And poor Dedra, she
attachment
can't
kind of
have
reminds me of like
intimacy or
Demolition
love
Man,
or
when,
any
like
of it,
Sandra
but,
Bullock is trying to understand what it's
she
like
still
to
does awful things. and must be
sexual stuff with
punished.
people.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Is she does not have a model of any sort of right and wrong other than good for the Empire, bad for the Empire.
Yeah.
And something that was very interesting to watch you play with Dedra in season 1 was this thing of like, she is smarter than most of the people in the room. She is more dedicated than most of the people in the room. You see a lot of
Like
these
me.
Yeah.
No offense, anyone.
Yeah. But you see a lot of that, like, the Empire in Andor is definitely depicted in a way that is unique to sort of newer Star Wars, which is most people are just there for a paycheck.
Yeah, exactly. And they wear like, they're messy and they sit like this. And Dedra's like a pure, thoroughbred Empire.
True believer.
True believer.
Yeah.
And it's what makes her so dangerous. Like, I do think this season gets much darker, In the first season, it was really
Good, because the
fun.
first season, too light, too fun.
Too light, too fun.
Too, yeah,
funny.
it was honestly cartoonish.
Especially all the torture and everything.
Yeah.
Too. I mean, just not scary enough. But I do think, in the first season, I got to play with the idea, like, everybody fell for her as the girl boss,
Yes.
It's like, oh my God, she's a woman in a man's world and all of that. And then suddenly
she's
she's
completely
torturing
badass.
Vix. And
It's
it's
like-
like, oh no, what have I put my faith in?
It's like, yeah, she's a bigger monster in a monster's world, really.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
it's really good to play with the idea of like, whatever you identify as being, it doesn't really matter. If you're a fascist, you're a fascist. And that
Yes.
level, right?
Wow.
I wasn't expecting that.
I don't know. I got
But
a
it's
good
true, and I
feeling
think
about
that
this,
it's really
about the
great
time
to
difference. So right now
by
it would
making her
be
female
12:40,
initially in
12:44.
season 1, it's like you got to
So
trick people.
the Ahsoka panel starts at 1. I really do
season
think that
2,
we're going to
she's
be able to watch the
definitely-
Ahsoka panel.
She
If
shows
we are,
what
guys,
it
I
means when
apologize
you
ahead of
live
time
inside
if
a
I'm
system
in
and
tears.
refuse to see outside the system, and you refuse to walk amongst the other. So the other
Yes.
become the enemy, and you can't live that way. If you live that way, you deny yourself all the things that make us human. So poor Dedra,
Yes.
I think. Oh, this is amazing. You should follow me around. This is brilliant. Wow. Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, you're touching on something now. Everybody applauding. Andor does have some strong things to say. There are through lines here that are applicable to people's lives and to lives in society. I mean, what has the series meant to you as you've been working on it?
Oh man, exactly that. I mean, I think it opened me up to
Yeah,
the
I
gift of
honestly
Star
feel like we
Wars.
are going to
Actually,
be
it's
able
been
to watch
telling this
Ahsoka
story
panel.
for almost
Let
50
me see.
years.
It does.
And it's a
I'm
story that
pretty
we've
sure
been
that I
wrestling
looked
with
it up
since we
earlier.
came onto
Starts
this
at 1
fucking
o'clock.
planet, which is how do
If
we
that's the case,
live together
Yeah.
harmoniously? Can we do that? How do we exert power over one another? How do we love? How do we sacrifice? What does it mean? And Andor, man, just takes that to a whole new level. And it isn't just applicable to now. You could show it 100 years ago. You could
I'm
show
looking
it
at their
100 years
schedule
from
right now, guys.
It would resonate even more deeply because it's so universal. It's so potent to our human experience. And because it is so dark and so much darkness happens in season 2,
Ahsoka's at 1 o'clock. So right now, it is 12:46
there has to be another
in
way.
Japan. So
And
it would
It's
be
like
1
an
o'clock
empathy
for them.
gym. You know, fiction is an
Yes,
empathy
we
gym.
are
It's where
getting.
we can
We
find a
possibly
way
might
to
be getting
empathize
Ahsoka in
that
the
is
next one.
maybe feels a bit safer than if you're watching pure like the news or whatever. You know, if you have great storytelling, it can open you up to all
So what
sorts of
it's
new
from what I'm reading
things.
online,
And
it
I do
says
think that
Ahsoka
unfortunately, we
1
seem to
p.m.
be
to
doing
2
the same
p.m.
things.
live on the
The
celebration
human
stage,
race
streamed
keeps
to the
doing
galaxy
the
and
same
front
stuff, which
stages.
means
Dave
Andor would be
Filoni
as
and
relevant
special
100
guests
years
as
ago
we
as it
look
will
back
be,
at the first season of
unfortunately,
Ahsoka.
maybe 100 years from now. Like,
Yeah.
hopefully we can just learn empathy.
Yes.
It's going to get us out of many holes.
All right, guys, we officially have tuned
And
in.
I do wonder. I mean, this
3
project has
hours
been,
of
you talk to
streaming.
anybody who's
You
involved.
guys
with
are
it, this
fucking
project
awesome. Thank
has
you
been
so much for hanging out with me and my
touching and unique
rants.
for everybody who's worked on it. It's been very touching and unique for everybody who's watched it. I know I've loved it. How does it feel knowing that season 2 is sort of the end of this story?
It feels right. It really feels right because Tony and the team and Diego have crafted, man, the perfect run-up to Rogue One. I mean, and I think it's going to change everybody's experience of the original trilogy. You get the ultimate backstory and the inner machinations of the Empire like you've never seen before. You get the very beginning of the rebellion and how that's being built. And this beautiful, horrible story of sacrifice leading to a story made 50 years ago that you could watch that trilogy and just have a whole new experience. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's...
Girl, we ain't going to sleep
I mean, it's
anytime
really
soon
sad
tonight.
to be.
I
It's
plan
only
on
actually
staying
here
up.
that I've realized, oh God, this
That's
is
why I had
our
to drink all those
last hurrah
espresso.
together.
Yeah.
But I feel like to have been allowed to do 2 seasons of this rather than, I mean, if it had gone on too long or outstayed its welcome, it's better to end at a point where
End on the
everybody
high.
is really involved with us. You know,
Yeah.
that feels good.
Well, I got to tell you, it is bittersweet for me as a fan, but I love everybody's service to the story and to these characters
no,
in this
I'm
project.
love it so much.
Yeah, it has been
I'll sleep
so
all day
wonderful
tomorrow.
to watch. It's been wonderful to watch the two of you, and we're so excited to get more Andor. Everybody, Kyle and Denise, tell me that we say hi. Give it up one more time for these two. Don't take your eyes away from the screen because we have even more Star Wars Celebration Live coming up.
Please, that's all I'm hoping for. A favor. Legitimately want to change into my Ahsoka shirt right now. Yes, sleep is overrated. It is extremely overrated. I knew I was not getting any sleep today, probably not getting any sleep tomorrow, but I'm going to like sleep this whole afternoon. Like, so if I don't post anything this afternoon, it's because I'm catching up on sleep, much needed sleep. So Rotten Tomatoes had just posted, I'm gonna mute this now since we're like in an intermission. So Rotten Tomatoes just posted on their Instagram page that Hayden and Rosario reunite at Star Wars Celebration. And I honestly feel like Hayden is probably going to come out for that panel. Unlike the weak, inferior stormtroopers, Terminators don't need to sleep at all. Will continue to stay active unless destroyed. Awesome. I'm like really hoping that we get the Ahsoka panel. Starts in like a couple minutes.
We first met this dynamic duo back in 2016. One knows a thing or two about making 10 men feel like 100. And the second will be there for you because Cassian said he had to. You know them, you love them. Give a rebellious applause for Diego Luna and Alan Tudyk!
No offense to these two human beings, but I'm really hoping that this panel is literally for 8 minutes and then it ends and then we go straight into Ahsoka. Also, guys, in 8 minutes, we'll be wishing Hayden Christensen a happy birthday officially.
Wow. Wow. This is exciting, huh?
It is.
Hola, hola.
Alan's like, this is too many people. He made that face like, this is too many people.
That's nice, eh? Incredible. Wow. ¡Qué increíble! Sí. This is insane.
Can you feel the love?
The love, the energy. Wow.
You saw his face, right?
So cool.
He made this face like there's a lot of fucking people
I was told
here.
yesterday that it was very special room, but this is unbelievable. Yes, unbelievable.
It's all for you two.
Is this hibachi? What is this?
This is our
Very
arbors. Yeah.
Great.
All right. So welcome back to Star Wars Celebration.
Thank
What's
you.
it like being back?
This is like, I mean,
I
it
love
doesn't
these-
feel like
I
going
really
back
love these
because you
images.
cannot
They're
get
not right
used
after
to this, you know? Every time I go through celebration, I go back saying like, what was that? This is something, this is impossible. And belonging to this community, to this family means a lot. You know, it's been 10 years and I'm not getting used to this. This is unique, special. And I thank you all for the love you have for what we do.
It's a glorious fever dream. How about you, Ellen? What's it like for you being back at Star Wars Celebration?
Yar. This is amazing. This is different from anything I've experienced. I mean, I've been to a lot of cons, and we went to some Disney. We did some stuff, but this is great. This is different. This feels different. I mean, you guys can hear how much enthusiasm is happening here.
Mm-hmm.
When it's pointed at you, it's pretty powerful.
It is.
It's moving. Yeah. Thank you. I will see you now.
All right.
This is the best solution to jet lag. No, I don't feel it anymore. I feel like
Awake now.
pretty awake.
So
We
Andor
need Diego
season
to be
2
at
will finally
cons.
show the fated meeting of Cassian and K2.
Yeah.
What was it like for you to be working back together after Rogue One?
For me, it was like so special. I was telling Alan like how important for me it is to finish this way, you know, to deliver this second season, this final season, sitting down next to him. This all started with him 11 years ago. You know, we were partners in a crazy film, at least for me, a revolution in my life. Many things happened since then, you know, and I experienced that with Alan. I feel that close to him, and making sure, you know, that we get to the moment where Rogue One starts, you know. Yes, it's a... I don't know. I've never been asked to approach my work this way, you know, storytelling this way, knowing what the end is, having shot the end with like, I mean, 10 years now, right? But we shot a whole film about the end of the story. And now, you know, building all the backstory means so much, you know. It's like revisiting 10 years also of my life, you know, my personal life, because the revolution Cassian is going through, I went through that with this project and with this character.
That's wonderful.
Wow.
And Alan, what was it like for you? Is it almost like you've never left, or is it kind of like a whirlwind getting back together?
All right, so
It
I'm
was great
seeing
when I got
people
my stilts.
post, and they're saying
You
the
know,
Ahsoka
I
panel
wore
starts in
stilts
5 minutes.
So the K2 was 7-1, and I had to put stickers on my boots, a bunch of little things on there that were really happening at that time in my life. Con man stickers, all these things from God bless you, and they were all there. It was all the same scuffs I remembered putting back on my equipment, and also on my trailer door. On your trailer door, they have your name, but they never put your real name. They put a code name. So just in case you're on location, people can't walk by and go, "Oh my gosh, it's Sigourney Weaver is right in there." And my code name when I got to set was Old Pal. Right? Come on.
That's to break your heart.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
So when I got to set, right when I got to and here's your trailer, there's Old Pal was on there. So it was great. Fantastic.
That's
Thank
sweet
you.
that they put a lot of thought. Mine was Carlos. And I go like, come on. I mean, it's like, oh, how are they going to call the Mexican actor? I don't know. I'm sure it's not Carlos, right? No. I was like, thank you. You really thought of it. ¿Qué pasó? It's just, I mean, it's so nice to see you all here. You know, I was told
It brings so much joy in my life being
in
Hispanic and
panel,
seeing
but,
like
there's
a
125
Hispanic main
nationalities
character in Star
represented
Wars.
today in this convention. 125. That's how big this community is. That's the reach of Star Wars. It's incredible, no?
That's incredible. You almost forget you're in Japan with all those people.
Right, right.
Alan, going back a little bit to bringing back K2, did you approach him differently in season 2 of Andor as opposed to how you approached him in Rogue One?
I guess, like Diego was saying, we had created the characters before, so we knew their ending. So it was about remembering what we had there. And, you know,
Trying not to spoil.
No, I know, that's the tricky thing. I think the main thing for K2 is Cassian. As long as he cares about Cassian, then that's really the foundation for the character. There was a scene in Rogue One that never made it in the movie where I think it was just in a script, we didn't even shoot it, We were getting off of some U-wing or something, and there was some other general there who said, "Droid, grab the bags, get these boxes, and put them over there." And I said, "No." And I walked away and followed Cassian. And that was one of the biggest bases that I just based the character on that moment, which never even ended up in the movie, that if Cassian had said to do it, I would have done it. Maybe begrudgingly, I would have said, "Why? I don't want to, but okay, I'll do it." And
Always complaining. Exactly.
Yeah, always complaining. Yeah,
he would do it.
always, yeah. But so that was the main foundation.
Do you think K2's sassiness and sarcasm is already built in, or do you think it grew after meeting Cassian?
Oh, it grew. Okay, there's a thing that people don't know.
Honestly, they're like
when you
the two
watch
best buds that you
Diego
want in the galaxy.
Cassian is very serious, but he's not serious as a person at all. So, yeah. And so he's a bigger smartass than K2. So when they yelled action, I got to keep it going. I get to keep that. I was playing off of Diego. So that's where it came from. I mean, it was part of it. He was a little petulant kid. Why don't I get a blaster? And they do. This is terrible. He was always complaining. But his smartassness came from Diego, I think, a lot of it.
That's great. I remember you once called K2 an anti-C3PO, which makes so much sense now.
Yeah.
And Diego, how has your relationship with the character of Cassian evolved and changed from Rogue One to Andor Season 2?
I mean, dramatically, definitely. I think Rogue One is a film about an event, right? And we built characters for that event. We arrived as actors with a backstory and knowing who our characters were. But the film is not exactly about that. There's a lot of mystery around these characters. And Andor allowed us to tell the story of who they are, what's behind the decisions they made, you know? It's like approaching a historical event or a historical character, right? We all know what he did, you know, we all know what he's capable of. We know the big sacrifice he made, but we don't know why. What is he leaving behind? And this story is about that. And I like establishing a parallel between Cassian and myself because I build a family, I build a community through Andor, you know? Yes. And a community of people I admire, I learn from. We went through rough times, you know. We went through the pandemic together, you know. We were living in London while home was really far away. So all of that transformation, all of that journey that I took, it does make me a different person today. And all of that I could use for Cassian, you know. I learned a lot about the community. I learned a lot about that decision he makes, that sacrifice he makes. It's because he belongs now, you know. And we get to see through this second season, what is he leaving behind and what is he fighting for? You know, I think I keep saying this: behind a revolution, there is pain, there is, you know, anger, injustice, a lot of loss. But there's also something very romantic behind every revolution, and it's love, you know? It's love, belonging, it's family, and that's what Cassian is fighting for. Yes, Viva Mexico, sí.
It's beautiful.
And I
I
did
love
build
that
a
people keep
family.
screaming
I
that.
made strong connections in this process, and I today belong to a community. Yeah.
You absolutely do. Absolutely.
And I got to wear really cool outfits also. You'll see the second season. I mean, oh my God, get ready.
An amazing
Get
bonus.
ready. Uh-huh.
I wore the same sort of body panty.
I wish there was a picture to show.
Thank goodness there isn't. Don't show it if you have.
Speaking of, do you have any fun memories from set that you'd like to share? That means there's too many.
I mean, I have so many. Most of the ones where laughter was involved, Alan was involved. You know,
I can imagine.
because
Yes.
he blames me, but his humor is just so sharp, and
Yeah.
Yes.
So my favorite thing when we were doing Rogue One is I wore the stilts, but if it was a dangerous place, either it was on sand that I couldn't walk in stilts, or if we were on that in Jordan, we went all the way to Jordan and we shot on a cliff. They said, you can't wear the stilts. You have to wear this stupid backpack that has a cardboard K2 head on it with a telescoping thing on it. And we hadn't been working, but just a few days when we went to Jordan. And Diego came up to me and said, Alan, I'm sorry, you have to take off that stupid backpack. The entire crew is depressed. They thought they were on a big budget movie. It was going to be a hit. And then you walk out with this crap.
It did feel like a school,
I
a
think the
school
Ahsoka
short,
panel is starting now. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty sad. I mean, it was really just a piece of cardboard so that they could look up at that. I remember that. That was very fun. And all of this stuff we did, we went to, back then we were going different places. But,
I'll tell you one because you can go and actually watch it, which I suggest you do after finishing season 2. Go watch Rogue One.
Well, I'm hoping because
from a different perspective.
when the
definitely.
Andor panel started, they were actually ahead of
There's a
us.
slap.
So I'm hoping that
in
once
Rogue
this
One.
ends,
And
we're gonna go
if
straight
you're
into
obviously everyone's looking at
the Ahsoka
him
panel.
and the slap. But if you look at me, you can tell I'm laughing. You can tell they didn't edit it out. I'm like, I'm covering my face, and you can tell it's not the character. No,
It's you, genuinely you.
it's the actor being very unprofessional. Yes.
yeah, I've signed that picture before. And you can see your hand is covering up this much, and that part of your mouth is going up into a smile. And it's not a smiley moment. We're about to go to jail.
What do you think you two will miss most about your characters, knowing that season 2 is the end of Andor's story?
Lady, let's finish with the question.
I mean, you want to get us crying and everything here? I mean, is that
A little
kind of
bit,
show?
yeah.
Is this like, I mean, you know what? It's easy to say, I'm going to miss the character. I'm going to miss this universe. I'm going to miss the freedom we had. It's we had complete freedom on this show, and the trust of Lucasfilm, of Disney, and I think I appreciate that a lot. But if something I have to say, I'm gonna miss this community. I'm gonna miss the everyday going to work, and knowing we are working for an audience like you, knowing that we are telling a story that is gonna end in your hands, in your hearts, hopefully. It's been a bless, the whole process, the everyday, the everyday of working also with people, not just that I admire, but that I can learn so much from, and that care so much for what they do. It's been a very special journey, and I'm gonna miss this family. Yeah.
Aww.
I love you, as you know. Return my calls, you son of a bitch. I have to say, one of the things I'm going to miss is the storytelling. There's a lot of darkness in this story, a lot of difficulty in Andor and in Rogue One. They're fighting against, it seems, impossible odds. And to be the part of the story that is hope, to get to play the part of the person who is courageous and who is betting on hope, is a great character to get to play, and is a great part of the story to get to be a part of. And it's a real gift. And I think that's the stories we need now for sure. And it's great to be able to be in.
That's wonderful.
One thing that and this is the right place to talk about him and what he brought and the tools he gave us. one thing this show does is that pays respect to one perspective. There's someone behind this show, and there's a point of view that is celebrated in this show, which is Tony Gilroy's. And
Yeah.
and when I spoke about the freedom, it means a lot, and I think it's a great example to the rest of the industry. We can't lose these projects that celebrate the perspective of a filmmaker, of a voice. Yeah. And this is one of those. So yes, I've been lucky to work with that material, and that great writing brings everything else, into the mix.
Well said. So, just finally, what are 3 words you would describe to the fans out here, out everywhere, to get them excited for season 2 of Andor? 3 words. Only 3.
3 words. Oh shit! It's difficult to. Oh, damn. You're thinking, right? Should I I'll take it?
I'll do my first.
Okay, go for it.
3 words.
Ping pong back and forth, yeah.
May the force.
Oh.
Doesn't really.
No, it's
not as good. Just 3.
And you just said 3, so you lost your opportunity.
Yeah.
Now you can have another.
I love
one
that he's been loosely
final
saying the
season.
word shit because that's the second time he's done it in this panel.
Be with you. Those are my other 3.
That's it.
Right off the top of the dome. Thank you.
I'm gonna say.
I'm
tempted to say them in Spanish.
You can say it in Spanish.
Oh, you can do it
Absolutely.
badly.
Go with what your heart says.
Está bien chingona. You agree, right? Do you agree?
What are the words? Do they translate into 3
Hi,
words
babe.
as well, or would it take a lot of words to say it?
No, it does translate, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
Oh.
No, he's not allowed to
Spanish, you
translate
can get
that.
away with
Yeah, right. No, that's good.
I said
That's
it
good.
already, right? And
He's a true rebel.
Nothing happened. We're still
How's
here.
work?
No, it's truly. That's good.
No, I just want to say thank you, gracias. Arigato.
If the producers and cameramen actually spoke Spanish and knew exactly what he was saying, for a fact he was saying the F word on live stream.
Thank you two so much for this.
Thank you.
This was so exciting. Got everybody so amped up.
Brilliant.
Can't wait to see how Cassian and K2 meet up in season 2 of Andor. Besties at home, don't go away because we have even more Star Wars Celebration live for you.
Guys, unfortunately, I feel like we are not going to be getting the Ahsoka panel. Yeah, I'm seeing Rotten Tomatoes already posting that Rosario has moved the stage for the Ahsoka panel. I really feel like we're not going to be getting it, guys. It's okay. No need to be sorry, guys. That's why I follow pages like Rotten Tomatoes. I follow Star Wars News Network because they will post this stuff. We shall see. We shall see what they're going to be posting next. I keep refreshing like Instagram to see if maybe like somebody posted a couple things, but I honestly feel like we're not going to get that much stuff being divulged at the Ahsoka panel because due to the fact that they're just now going to start doing basically filming in the next 4 days.
Diego just gives you the instant gravitas. We never would have got involved in the show in the first place if it wasn't for him.
I came with you.
So we'll see what they showcase after this.
I give you everything. In the first season, we make sure Cassian seemed like a normal guy. But in season 2, he takes his place as the leader of the rebellion. The Empire cannot win.
Diego is the perfect lead. His performance is as wonderfully gritty and nuanced as the show. I am in awe of how he does it so subtly, charismatically, and so beautifully. This season is going to be extraordinary. Cassian's story, which is the emergence of the leader, is fulfilled.
Cassian is
I
very
actually
personal to
want them
me.
to
I
stop
feel
putting
very
so many
proud of being
trailers
part of his
for
story.
Andor because I just don't. I want to get put with surprises. Yeah, it's 1:17 right now in Japan. Yeah, so I don't know if you got like I was stating before, the time difference in Japan.
We are only a handful of days away from season 2 of Andor. Who else can't wait?
They're a 13-hour difference. So basically, today is day 2.
Next season.
We're going to be getting day 3 tomorrow.
Welcome
which
to
would
the
be
stage,
Saturday for
Tony
us,
Gilroy,
but Sunday for them.
Genevieve O'Reilly, and
Yeah, kid,
Andrea
it looks like we are not getting the Ahsoka panel whatsoever. Which is fine, but like I said, I don't think that it's anything crazy like that. They're going to start filming in the next episode. But I'm going to be posting them in my story. Rotten Tomatoes is definitely posting a whole bunch of clips from the panel, so I'm really appreciative for them. So yeah, if you guys follow them, go right ahead and see it. If not, I'm just going to keep posting it here. Are you sleepy, Nilda? Haha, it's 11:18 p.m. Texas time. It's 12:18 over here. Yes, I'm beyond sleepy. We have been live streaming now for 3 hours and 33 minutes.
Wow.
Fans as far as the eye can see, quite literally. It's just a sea of Andor adorers, people who love this show, people who are so excited for season 2. Can't wait. And thank you so much for all 3 of you being here. We're so excited to welcome you to Star Wars Celebration. Welcome you back.
I'll mute this for a second. Yeah, guys. So you guys have been live streaming with me for 3 hours and 33 minutes. I think it is safe to say that because we didn't get an Ahsoka panel, I think it's safe to say that we are going to end tonight's live stream. I really appreciate all you guys that tuned in with me. You guys were phenomenal. I honestly think like I'm going to do the live stream tomorrow as well, because we're going to be getting hit with, at the end of the stream, we're going to find out where's the next location for Star Wars Celebration. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate again that you guys hung out with me for this long. This is, like I said, this is the longest stream I've ever done. And it's my first Star Wars Celebration live stream I've ever done. So thank you guys again. Yeah, good night. I can finally go to sleep. I've been up since 5:30 this morning for work, guys, and I did not take not one single nap. So, got to be here early tomorrow. Yes. So, again, guys, I will be live streaming this again tomorrow. I will post it again on my story. And again, guys, like I said, if any of you guys want to hop on the stream, I'm going to put in the stream where you guys can actually hop onto live stream and we can like sit there and talk if you guys like to. But yeah, I'll be posting it again. If I get any leaks or anything for the Ahsoka panel, like how I got for the mall panel, I'll definitely post it on Instagram and you guys can check it out. If any of you haven't been able to watch the trailer for the new mall show, just send me a message on Instagram. I can literally send you the copy of the video that I was able to obtain. So again, guys, you guys have a great night. Love you all, and may the force be with you.